That was like the most appropriate clip I have. So don't get mad at me. Get mad at my clip list, which is essentially getting mad at me anyway. But hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special extra credits event. It's that time again. We're going over Nintendo Direct. Oh, God, I can't even do that. But joining us is very special guest, Melee K. How you doing, my friend?
What up, people? I'm very, very, very sleepy. I woke up extra early for that Sonic trailer because I had to see it. So,
And we will be talking about this. So the direct is about 40 minutes. Um, I just realized it's six. It's like 6 a.m. or something where you are, aren't it?
it
Isn't it?
is really early. Like, really early. Yes.
All
I
the
was
things we
up
do for
for like,
content.
I was up at 5:30 this morning because I wanted to obviously get ready and everything. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta watch the Sonic trailer and then this. But you know what?
I
It's
bet it's
okay.
gravy. Hey, good to
Exactly.
see you, KR.
What up? Yeah, no, I'm used to it. Nintendo has done this to me for ages now. I think it's been a trend for a year now almost, right? Where it's been this
Mm-hmm.
early, so I get used to it. But usually I'm like in bed and I'm like, huh, what's that? We're getting a new Metroid? Okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, we'll be talking predictions here, but let me quickly switch screens here. So I gave some predictions on what we're going to see, and I asked some people to do so. Let me read off my predictions. Let's see if I get any of these right. So mine was news on Suikoden 1 and 2 collection. Mega Man Legends Legacy Collection. Because it's been a while since we got a Legacy Collection. And then
That's
Legends is
true.
like the last one they need to do. Breath of Fire Collection. Now that's a little bit out there, but you never know. Um, News on Dragon Quest 3. That's actually releasing in November. So I think we might get like a final trailer or something. Um, Castlevania DS Collection. Pretty self explanatory.
Yes.
A Sonic Advance Collection.
Maybe?
I wanted to put something Sonic related in there, so that's
Well,
the
of
best I could come up.
course. Yeah, yeah, of course.
Tomb Raider Survivor Trilogy gets ported to the Switch. That's just like a maybe. A new 2D HD game. I don't know what it could be. One or two shadow drops. You can tell I kind of ran out of steam towards the end there. Um,
I think you're
and
right
so
on that. I think we will see some shadow drops of things. I mean, that's we got caught off guard last time with the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. I didn't
yeah,
expect that at all, so it's entirely possible.
yeah. Now announce the next consoles. So they did say there will be no talk of the Switch 2.
Yeah.
And Golden, like, as much as I would like Golden Sun 1 and 2, this is a partner showcase. And then, like, honestly, like, they very rarely combine these things. So it's very clear Nintendo's just like, all right, just get this crap out of the way. Because this is the last Christmas of the Switch.
Yeah.
So we're going to see some Last Hurrahs. And then next year they're releasing the Switch, which I am very interested in that. Like, um,
The new Switch, and I know we're not going to hear about it today. Literally, Nintendo has to hard wrangle constantly and be like, "Guys, I know we're doing a show, but there's not going to be any conversation about this. But if we are talking about the Switch 2, it has to be backwards compatible, bro, or else I'm like, I don't know if I can buy
yeah,
it."
I think, and according to all the leaks I've seen, it's going to be backwards compatible because they'd be really stupid to not do that because like there are a lot of people who have built an extensive library, both physical and digital,
Hmm.
who if it's not backwards compatible, they're not going to move over. But if it is, they will in a heartbeat.
Well, that's the thing. Like you you've made it to a point where I am comfortable buying digital on the Switch specifically. Like only with Nintendo, really. I mean, I will buy like stuff on Steam, but I feel good about it when I buy digital on the Switch because it's just so
Mm.
portable and easy. And yeah, they have to
Well, I have
make
a
it all
Steam
backwards
Deck, so
compatible. Well, yeah, you're in a different situation than me. I don't I've considered the Steam Deck, but I don't know. It's
I'm a
hard for me
very
to
big
find a use
advocate
for
for
it.
it.
Yeah, I can see why people like it. I'm just kind of like, why wouldn't I just play these games on a like proper PC, I guess?
Well, it's basically the Nintendo Switch thing. It's like I can play these games, but portable.
Yeah,
Plus, it's more powerful than a Switch, and also emulation is a thing.
that's true.
You can play Switch games on a Steam Deck.
I also have the Pocket, so I'm like, got most of the portable stuff I care about between the Pocket and the Switch. I'm kind of like, I'm good.
Yeah,
But I do see the argument for it. But no, the Switch 2 has to be backwards compatible. I would love it if the peripherals transferred over, but that's just more like a nice to have. I can deal with buying new controllers, but I have like 10 controllers for my Switch at this point, if not more. So
yeah,
it would be nice.
yeah. They did something similar like that with the Wii to the Wii U, where all the accessories ported over. Um,
Yes.
we might see something like that because honestly, how it's going to be like, how are you going to top the Pro controller?
You can't. I mean, if you look at
That thing is a
didn't
work of art.
the Wii U pretty much was like the first Pro controller prototype, right? That not the
I mean,
tablet,
the
but
Wii
like
U
there was
itself was a Switch prototype.
right, but like the controller that you could get with it, not the tablet, but like the other controller. That was
Mm-hmm.
I felt at the time perfect. And then we got the Pro controller for the Switch. And I'm like, okay, well, this is perfect, actually. I can't
Yeah,
imagine a different controller for the Switch now. I mean, maybe make it slightly bigger. I'm okay. I've got pretty small hands, but I think the problem with the Switch is the controllers are too tiny.
yeah. Like if you're talking about the Joy Cons,
All of them,
yeah.
honestly.
I mean, the Pro controller, I loved it. It felt great in my hands. The buttons felt amazing. The triggers, it was just chef kiss. Like that thing was worth like the $70 at retail. I mean, I got it used for 25, but still.
You got it for $25?
Hounding Facebook Marketplace.
Oh my god, that's a steal, man. $25. Here it's like what, $100 Canadian easy,
Well,
which is
you have
insane.
funding money, so
Yes, yes, we do. You didn't mention Shantae. I feel like we could see Shantae today.
a
Maybe.
new Shantae game.
I would love that. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but I would love
Mm,
that.
okay,
I could see Shantae. I'm sure we'll see stuff from like Atlas.
yeah. Um,
That's kind of a given. Um,
yeah, I'm trying to think of like what if there's any miracle ports left that they could do.
See, I was like, oh, are they gonna bring us Diddy Kong Racing? But I feel like that would be for like a legit direct rather than a partner showcase. I feel like this is gonna be a lot of small games that people are excited for, but not necessarily like core Nintendo fans are always excited for. It's just
Yeah.
like things that, the rest of us who shop around everywhere are gonna be like, oh yeah, like this is an indie game that I saw on Steam that I'm happy I can play on my Switch now as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the vibe I get.
I don't think we're gonna get Fallout 3 or New Vegas. I don't think we're gonna get ports though. I think it's a little bit too, because anything that comes out now that's big, they've been working on for years. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm not saying like we still have the potential to see it like a big miracle port, um, but the only reason to do Fallout would be because of the TV show, and I don't know.
Well,
Oh,
here's the big
hey,
question.
Night.
What's up, Anime Night? How you doing? Um, the one that everyone is hoping for, of course, not really me, but Silk Song. I feel like that's the number one thing everyone's screaming
Yeah,
about.
I think that's possible. Is that a Microsoft owned property?
I don't even know. I honestly
Eh.
couldn't tell you. It's not my thing. I just every time these directs come up, Silk Song. Where's Silk Song? When are we getting Silk Song? It's like
Also, I'm just gonna say this: this is not Nintendo related in the slightest. But WoW will be ported to Xbox at some point very soon.
is there rumors about that, or are you just saying it makes sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah, I think it makes complete sense too. I don't see why they wouldn't do it. I
It's the
mean,
controller. Like they gotta do the control optimization because WoW is mouse and keyboard. That's.
but who's gonna
I just want to.
play that way?
Oh, okay. We got some spam. Um, Oh, wait, this is Twitch spam. So,
Many such cases every time.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Anime night does make sense. You have 3 streams to do today. Jeez. Good luck.
I only got 2. I got this one, and I'm streaming Pokemon Silver tonight at 7. So at least I got a little bit of a break.
You and your Pokemon.
It gets the views.
What's your favorite Pokemon game?
The one I'm playing now, Silver. I'm a Gen 2 fan.
I've heard Silver's good. I have not played through it.
Oh, it's basically like Gen 1, but better. They took all the like everything they wanted to do with Gen 1, they fixed it and perfected in Gen 2.
Okay, I might actually put this on my. I have like backlog list. Of course, everyone does, right?
I will
Am I
say
the weird one.
I will say if you want like the best experience, the remakes they did for the DS, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. As much as I love Silver, Heart Gold and Soul Silver are objectively better.
Oh wow, okay.
Like Pokemon can follow you. It's a lot better presentation. Like if you're gonna play Gen 2, probably do Crystal. That's the 3rd game in the series. Has all the extra doodads in it. I'd recommend that one.
I'm very much like the Coliseum person. I'm that person. It's like Coliseum's the best thing ever, and I need to play Gale of Darkness. It's the best. I haven't actually played Gale of Darkness all the way through, and I really want to, but getting a copy now, oh my god. Retro Market, please.
That's why I switched to emulation. It just too much BS.
Do you think we're gonna see any other like Persona stuff happening?
I mean, what's there to bring over, like Persona 1 and 2?
I don't even know what's missing on there at this point. They never brought 5 over, right? It's way too powerful for the Switch.
Oh no, that was brought over a while ago, and it runs great.
It's on the Switch?
Mm-hmm.
I should be playing it there. I have Persona 5 so many times.
That was years ago.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, now I gotta look this up. I might buy it on the Switch.
Yeah, I bought on the Switch. It runs great. You gotta remember, Persona 5 originally came out on the
god,
PS3.
it is. Yeah, you're right. Oh my god.
Well, we know what Melee's buying today.
Oh man, I might have to buy this. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's only like $50 Canadian. Yeah, I'm gonna probably buy this. Anyways.
Yeah, that's like $2 American, so.
Yeah, okay, America. I'm jealous. I know. It's all jealousy coming from me.
It's all good.
Are we gonna see anything from Square Enix today, you think?
That's another question. Like, what did they have to port over? On Dragon Quest End, they could do Dragon Quest 8.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last time they ported over Dragon Quest is the 3DS. I think we're due for a modern re-release of 8 on modern consoles. I think that very much needs to happen.
Is that the PS2
you gotta remember,
one?
The PS2 one, yeah, Dragon Quest 8. That was like the first mainstream Dragon Quest game. By the way, that was actually the first one called Dragon Quest in the West. Because before that, it was Dragon Warrior because of copyright issues.
Right, yeah.
And Dragon Quest 8 was like the first time it got like somewhat mainstream. Oh, here we go.
Hello, everyone. We'll now present today's Indie World Showcase and Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase back to back. First up, here's the Indie World Showcase.
Oh, you sons of beaches.
Why you do this to us?
Because they know what people are here for. Okay. Oh, I thought it was a game.
I thought it was like Light Bulb, the game.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Indie World. I'm Amber.
And I'm Andrew. We're back with more indie games headed to the Nintendo Switch system.
All right, it's time to lay our cards on the table.
Sure thing. Wait, why is there a Joker in my hand?
Here's the deal.
Wait.
Oh yeah, Balatro baby.
Portals.
Oh god, what? What? Oh my god.
That's sweet.
I keep hearing people talk about Balthro. I have no idea what it is.
It's so fun. It's like a poker game.
Vampire Survivors?
I'm so in.
What?
And Paper Diver, of course.
Hey, Whoopa.
What's up, Whoopa?
Oh my god. They're just like, oh, so Balthro, how many licenses do you want?
This is the first announcement, Whoopa.
Yeah, you gotta get just in time, sir. Oh, I thought they were about to do Undertale. Like
Free update today. Let's go. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get Blatch on
Hola,
my Switch.
som Nova d'Estudio, l'equip darrere de Gris, i ara el pròxim joc Neva. El nostre joc és una història de maternitat on els jugadors assumeixen el rol de l'Alba. Començaran la seva aventura al costat d'una petita lloba anomenada Neva.
Els capítols inicials del joc mostraran com l'Alba haurà d'encoratjar i protegir una jove neva dels perills del seu món. Però al final del joc, una neva més gran i ferotge es convertirà en la protectora de la seva figura materna, l'Alba.
Like, pretty
El
much you
equipo
make
ha estado
poker
trabajando
hands
duro para
and you have to
mostrar una
beat the game
conmovedora
that way.
perspectiva sobre cómo quienes nos protegen eventualmente necesitarán nuestro cariño y cuidados también. Estamos encantados de poder compartir las últimas novedades del juego y esperamos que os unáis a Alba y Neva en su aventura en Nintendo Switch.
You have like different points goals. I don't want to talk about them too much. You get like different points goals with Balatro, and you have to like make poker hands, and then they add like different RNG stuff, and you can buy upgrades. If you like poker, it's really, really fun. Oh, another artsy game. How exciting.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sick and tired of these indie games where they're like, oh, it looks really great, but the gameplay it's just simple, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, yeah, this looks really nice, but the gameplay, I don't know.
I'm just over these kinds of games.
What were you saying? Sorry, it was a little bit too loud.
Oh, it's fine. I'm just like over these kinds of games personally. They're a dime a dozen.
Yeah, they look nice, but they play generic.
Yeah, exactly.
Creep and crawl your way up the corporate ladder of a bizarre insect megacorp that's buzzing with mysteries.
I will say
In
these
this
Pixar
surreal
games, I do
RPG,
have some sympathy
you'll take
for.
on the role of Moth
Because at least they do
Cuban,
interesting
an ordinary
game
employee who's recently
true.
received a promotion.
But this is no
Like, look at
time
this.
to
They're at least
celebrate
trying something
the
new.
threat
this looks
of a
cool, yeah.
mysterious event known as the final process is looming. Can Moth and his fellow bugs save the company? Or even reality itself?
As you investigate the cramped cubicles and creepy corridors of the corporation, you'll befriend bugs from all walks of life, each with a story that's interwoven with Moth.
Not everyone will be friendly, though. Take on enemies in verbal showdowns with multiple dialogue choices, and be sure to bring your fighting words.
Your choices influence how the story progresses. There are multiple secrets, quests, and endings to unravel. So experiment and see what happens.
Moth Cubit buzzes onto Nintendo Switch.
I mean, they're trying
next
something new.
spring.
I'll give them credit.
I mean, that looks fun.
Hey
You just have to
guys.
be careful when you add some new
We're AJ and
mechanics.
Dio from Tokyo Productions in Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
We're part of Coffee Talk team, and with our much missed friend and the original creator, Fahmi, we created Coffee Talk and Coffee Talk Episode 2.
Hey everyone, I'm Anna Winterstein, a game designer and a writer. I was the co-writer of Coffee Talk, Hibiscus and Butterfly, alongside Junkie at Toge.
Hi, I'm
Has anybody heard of these
a
games?
writer and
Isn't
English
this
to
just like
Japanese
one of those
games
visual novel
translator.
games?
I had the privilege to work on
Can we-
the
can we-
Japanese
can we just,
translation
like,
of both Coffee Talk games.
Yeet.
Today, we
Grab
are thrilled to
visual
announce that we
novels
are partnering
as a
with Chorus
genre,
to
please.
expand the Coffee Talk
They're
world.
so pointless. I
We've been
mean,
hard at work over
they
the
can
last
be good
year
sometimes.
to
You have
come
to
up with
really
a story
Like Japanese
that
visual
retains
novels,
the
that's fine.
elements Coffee Talk fans are
But
fond
like
of,
American
but
ones
at the
are
same
just for
time,
like
bring something
the
new
Zoe
to the
Quinns
table.
of the world.
And
Yes,
now,
I definitely.
we're very proud to announce an exciting new game for Coffee Talk fans.
Coffee Talk Tokyo.
Yeah. I mean, game variety is good, but this is definitely not the genre I'm passionate about.
Yeah, no.
It's
I like
for
to do
people that
more
like
than-
to. I was gonna say it's for people that like to read. You know what I mean? Like these are people that read books and then they just want to slightly go to.
They're for non-gamers who want to pretend to be gamers. Yeah, I'm going vicious today. I choose violence.
I mean, look, you can come with that energy if you want.
Okay.
I just can't with this shit.
Like, just look at the art style. Look at the haircuts and the hair. You know, it's like you can tell.
See, at least X-rated like ones are funny. This is just boring, you know?
Yeah. Now brewing.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah, it is very
It's
light.
giving
Strange.
Life is Strange vibes, yeah.
Let's check out some upcoming downloadable content that will take you to new and
Alright, we're about to get some
unexpected
shadow
places.
drops.
Discover a miniature clockwork world in the Sea of Stars, Throes of the Watchmaker.
Oh!
Interesting.
Here,
I played the
a journey
demo of
full
this. It was really
oddities
fun.
and wonders in which Valir and Zale will have
Sea
to
of
play
Stars
by
or this
new rules
DLC?
to put a stop
The
to
Sea
a
of
cursed
Stars
carnival.
demo.
Zale will
It's
transform
basically
into
kind of
a
like indie
skillful
Chrono
juggler,
Trigger.
I love Sea of
while
Stars.
Valir will dazzle as an
I
I
don't
acrobat.
need
like
to
it, but
play
it's
it.
good.
I need to play it.
Together
If you're
with
like a
new
Super Mario
playable
RPG
character
fan, you'll love
Artie,
it.
they'll explore
Yeah, I probably
new
will.
areas and battle through dangerous dungeons in their quest to save the world of Orlage.
There's so many
A
RPGs
malevolent
that I want to
spectacle
play.
awaits when this free DLC
Wait,
for Sea of Stars
are they gonna
launches
suplex a
on Nintendo
train?
Switch next spring.
Okay, I'm getting Final Fantasy VI vibes from that.
Hey,
I
get
think you'll
out
like
of
it.
my swamp!
Sorry, Amber.
Oh no.
But just like
No!
onions, this swamp has layers of dirt that need
Power
to be
Wash
blasted
Simulator
away.
Shrek
Ugh,
Edition!
fine. I'm
No
over
way.
it anyway. A muddy
Oh,
good time
God.
awaits in the Shrek Special Pack paid DLC for Power Wash Simulator.
Holy crap.
Feel like an all-star as you wash away the grime, covering 5 fairy tale maps from the Shrek
I mean,
universe,
honestly,
including
Power Wash
Shrek's
Simulator is
very
just so
own swamp
shameless. I
and the
respect
Dragon's
it.
Lair.
Don a
Kinda
shiny suit of
in.
armor with a new night-themed character model. And get your power washing game on when the
Oh my
Shrek Special Pack
God.
DLC makes a splash on the Nintendo Switch system this fall.
That's cool. I like that.
Hi, I'm
Yeah.
Sam.
And I'm Toby.
Our team has been working on a new game called Morsels. You play as a mouse fighting against the forces of wicked cats, using magical cards
Cat.
to transform into a bunch of weird little monsters. It's a challenging roguelike set in a
Nice
grungy,
cat.
whimsical
Right.
world.
Roguelike.
When I
Oh,
first pitched
how
Morsels
original.
4 years ago, it's a simple top-down shooter, which is a genre I love.
What's wrong with
Since then,
roguelikes?
with the help of Sam and our
It's
program
just
Hedy,
everywhere.
we've been able to turn it
They're
into something
great.
much
I don't
cooler
care.
and
I mean,
efficient.
I prefer that
Roguelike
to
is the new
Morsels.
Metroidvania.
They enjoy the
Yeah,
frenetic
true.
action, but are also charmed by the game's personality.
Please enjoy the first ever trailer for our strange little game.
I don't know. Whooper.
Is Power Wash early access really? Because
I don't think it is. I think it was
released.
released.
Oh, Annapurna, I'm out.
What do you
I hate
mean?
Annapurna games.
Why? What's wrong with them?
They're like the Life is Strange kind of games. Always.
Oh.
Yeah. This is the first thing I've seen in an Annapurna that I'm like, alright.
Not really my thing, but it looks okay.
It has potential.
Kind of digging the vibes a little bit.
A little too quirky for my taste, I think, but
It's LOL random.
why would you do this to me this early in the morning? Why would you LOL random me? I can't.
Okay, that's Frogger. That's Frogger. And there's Pac-Man. They're literally just ripping off genres. They're ripping off better games. No, they're inspired. They're paying tribute. Is this the dev's last acid trip?
That's perfect.
Possibly. Possibly, sir.
Okay, that game has potential.
Yeah.
They say
Nope.
home
Nope.
is where the heart is. And that's especially true for this next game.
That's right. Household objects, appliances, and
Oh,
even
God.
concepts turn into eligible love
Those
interests
character
in
portraits
Date
are so
Everything,
cheap.
a game in which you can, in
I
fact,
feel like I
date
could
pretty
I
much
could commission
everything.
those for like $50.
With 100 dateable
Also, random
characters,
Twitter artist.
there are plenty of unconventional
This is like
partners
Big
to choose
Brother
from.
the game, pretty
Fall
much.
madly in love with Fabrizio the cabinet. Become besties with Shelly the shelf.
Oh my
Or
god.
come to despise Doug. Your overwhelming sense of existential dread.
What the
I think I'll
frick?
pass on Doug. Can I fall in love with a lamp?
No way! Lux the lamp is all mine! But did you know that you could even date the game itself?
How, like,
Why don't I
what?
introduce you to Textbox-chan?
Engage in flirtatious,
What?
branching dialogue with these fully voiced characters as you get to know them
What?
and form meaningful relationships.
I'm actively
the
losing
facts,
brain cells
Swashbuckler.
the further this goes along. I
Bring
can
your best
feel
dating game
my
because your
IQ
choices
points
could result
dropping.
not just in love,
Same.
but also in friendship. Or even
You
disdain.
can literally date the
Find
game.
the object of your affection when Date Everything launches on Nintendo Switch October
Oh.
24th.
Sassy Chap Games. Oh my god.
Hi, I'm Sienna, the lead artist on Peglin.
And I'm Dylan, the game designer of Peglin and the founder of Red Nexus Games. The two of us created the first version of Peglin at a game jam in 2019. The theme of the jam was fall, and we wanted to create something fun and physicsy. We ended up creating the first version of Peglin's battle system.
When the pandemic started, working on Peglin became a fun and creative escape. We made cute places and enemies for our little goblin friend to explore.
Okay.
We then added two of our friends to help speed up development,
talking
and now
about this?
4
It's
years
like-
later, we're a team of 7, and we're excited to bring Peglin to Nintendo Switch.
I mean, let's be honest, this is probably
The
the most fame
dragons
they'll
have
ever
been
get.
stealing
So
your gold
let them
for
have
as
their moment.
long as you can remember. It's time to delve into the heart of their lair and exact your
This is
revenge
Pachinko.
with the power of pegs.
In this roguelike
this is-
Pachinko-inspired RPG,
Okay, I kind of like this game,
you'll
though.
aim orbs and hit pegs to deal damage.
I love
in
these kinds of
turn-based
games where you
battles.
just like bounce the balls.
The
Oh, and
more
there's a
pegs
battle
you
at the
hit,
top.
The more devastating
sold.
the blow you'll deal to your enemies.
At least
I'm the
somebody's
biggest
sold.
Peglin
With a
respecter
variety
now.
of different orbs. Some can split into multiple copies. Others will pierce both pegs and enemies. And some will even heal you for every peg you hit.
Interesting.
The pegs themselves have some peculiar properties too. They can explode, help you unlock the critical power
Quite a
of the
breakout,
orbs,
isn't it?
and more.
These are the kinds of games you'd play in like the 90s,
you
right?
can
But it's just
create
like
some
combining an
spectacular
RPG element
combos.
almost at the top.
Relics
I
will
like it.
radically change your game too.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I did
Equip
play
these rare
very
passive
similar
power-ups
games
to prevent lethal damage or turn pegs into bombs,
in the 90s.
just to name a few. Each run presents new opportunities for possible combinations.
Teach
I
those
could see you
dragons a
streaming this.
lesson when Peglin bounces
Honestly,
onto
I could get
Nintendo
addicted
Switch
to
as a
this.
timed console exclusive later today.
Today,
Oh! Nelly's getting it.
downloading it. It's downloading.
Oh god, this is Lego Racer. This is Lego Island. Like, okay, I this is so crap. Okay, this is my kind of thing. Just crap
Return
on
to
purpose.
Monk.
Okay, this is something that I could see myself enjoying.
Yeah, this totally has Lego vibes, Lego City.
Yeah. I don't know, I kind of dig that one.
It has potential too.
Okay, follow my lead and watch out for the caterpillar.
We're doing great so far.
Okay.
Careful, there's
This is
Andrew.
Oops,
worse
let's try
than
this
Flash
again.
games I've seen.
Oops.
This
Come
is
on.
Knuckles Chaotic. This is literally Knuckles
Actually,
Chaotic.
we're tied together.
Look, a key. Let's grab it.
Hey,
It's literally
don't
Knuckles
look at my head.
Chaotic.
I'm going in.
I've never played Human Fall Flat. Is it good?
All right, let's slow it down. And jump.
Got it.
Yay!
We make a great team. Now let's try it
This
with
is
8
the
players.
game that you play if you want to
Oh
break up with
boy!
your girlfriend.
As you can see, cooperation is
What?
key
Why?
in this puzzle
Because of the
platformer.
Because it's so
co-op?
frustrating, you
Eight
guys end up
players
breaking
need
up.
to work together
Oh my
to
God.
navigate levels
This
full
is
of
a relationship
ledges,
tester.
cliffs,
If you
and
can beat
other
this game, your
obstacles.
relationship is
Use
gonna
strategic
go the
stacking,
distance.
coordinated
Overcooked
movement,
as a
and
relationship
puzzle-solving
tester,
skills to
trust
find
me.
all the keys and reach every level's
Imagine you
exit.
have like
There
5
are more
people
than
in a
60
stream that
levels,
try to play
and
this
each
game.
one can be completed no
Mission
matter how many
Impossible.
players you have on your side.
Think it'll be a walk in the park?
Hey Ruthie,
Think again.
how you doing?
Even greater challenges await in dark mode, where your skills
Oh, the
and your
superior
friendships
mode.
will be put to the ultimate test.
Get ready for multiplayer mischief when Pico Park 2 jumps onto Nintendo Switch as a timed console exclusive
just
later
wish
today.
It was a little more inspired graphically.
Can't get enough indies? Here are some more
Yeah.
titles headed to the Nintendo Switch system in the near future.
Oh,
That's such a bait.
is this like a remake of the first one or whatever?
Maybe.
Hmm. Europa looks interesting. Okay. Oh, I am a sucker for. Oh no, Burbank,
Humble
Burbank.
Games. Whoa. I thought Humble Games was
What?
done.
Oh,
Whoa, baby.
Metal Slug Tactics.
Yeah, you check that one.
Why is that
That's for
indie?
sure. I need it.
Oh, that was cool.
This game I'm really excited about actually. Plucky
Oh
Squad
yeah,
is
they
fun.
showed this before. Yeah, I remember them talking about this.
Okay, that's all for today's show. Hey, where'd you get that pizza?
I found it in that tower
Wait.
over there.
What?
Oh
tower?
no.
Pizza Tower? Pizza Tower?
Uh-oh, Millie's happy.
Let's go! Hello, how you doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh my god, you have no idea how fast I'm gonna be playing this on the Switch. I have
Watch
it on
it.
Steam. It was gifted to
Watch.
us.
They announced that it's available now.
I hope so.
And you
Literally
just watch
grab my
it immediately,
Switch.
instantly run for a Switch.
Yeah, I'll be like, be right back. Getting my Switch. But yeah, we do own this on Steam. I haven't played it yet. But we did get it gifted to us, and
Is it basically just Wario World or whatever?
Yeah, it's completely inspired by Wario.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to get
Excellent
this part.
soundtrack, by the way. This is almost not doing it justice.
Oh, I was digging what I hear. Oh god, the animation. There's so many frames. Dear God.
It's a gorgeous game.
Yeah. Oh!
Yes!
Melee is happy.
Oh, yeah.
That's all for today's Indie World.
So I'm guessing
We
you're
hope
buying
you
pizza
enjoyed
later.
today's showcase.
I'm going to be spending some money today.
As
I'm going to
always,
be getting
a big
Balatro on the
thank you to our
Switch.
indie
I have it on
community and
Steam
partners making
Pizza
games
Tower.
for Nintendo Switch.
as well.
Follow our official Indie World account to stay up to date on all things indie on
And
the
Peglin.
Nintendo Switch system. Stick around for more exciting news and updates in today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, starting
Partners.
right now.
Right
Until next
now.
time, happy gaming!
Please stop being so cheerful. It's 7 a.m. Please stop. That was actually better than I expected.
Yeah. All right, here's the thing we're really here for.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. In this presentation, we'll be focusing on Nintendo Switch games launching in the second half of 2024 from our publishing and development partners. Okay, let's
That's
get
their
into the
move up.
headlines. These games are falling into
Okay.
place.
Tetris?
Oh, they're doing the original Tetris?
Celebrate the 40th anniversary of
had
Tetris with a
Tetris already,
compilation
like
of historic games.
Oh.
Experience the 1988 Famicom version of Tetris.
All right, everyone roll your Joy-Cons.
Chain combos using explosions
so cool.
in Tetris 2 plus Bombless.
I
Use
love
special
this.
moves to win in Tetris Battle Guided. And more in this interactive museum, including the games shown here.
That's actually kind of cool.
In addition,
That's
enjoy
really
the
cool.
brand new Tetris Time Warp, where you'll jump
I want to
between
play like
gameplay
Tetris
styles from
Effect with
across
like,
the series.
wave Tetris thing.
Whoa.
I really want to play that one.
Which
You
one?
can also watch new documentary clips about the history of Tetris and its key players.
Have you seen the Tetris movie?
Forever
That's on Apple
drops
Plus.
onto
I
the
hated that
Nintendo
movie.
Switch system
I
this
liked it.
year.
I couldn't even finish it.
Plus, the NES version of
Oh.
Tetris is coming to Nintendo Switch
All right,
Online
there's
this
It's
winter.
going to be rolling your Joy-Cons.
And
the
be on the
speed
lookout
running
for a
community
Tetris 99 Maximus Cup
insane.
event, also coming this winter. Speed into the unknown.
What? Oh no.
Journey to the galaxy's depths in this high-speed sci-fi adventure. After receiving a mysterious distress signal,
Oh, I
you'll
thought this was
venture through
Hi-Fi
a
Rush.
massive alien world
It
to
definitely
reunite
gives
with
Hi-Fi
your
Rush
beloved.
vibes.
Ride the stylish hoverboard to explore
Oh.
Okay.
stunning landscapes filled with all sorts of alien structures.
kind of digging
From
this.
scorching sands to wavy waters. Each
Oh.
area will challenge your traversal skills.
They make the
Along
graphics
way,
work.
You'll face enemies in frenetic melee combat. By unlocking
Okay.
skills and combining different abilities, you
This
can
is like
find more
Hi-Fi Rush
creative
in
ways
Breath of
to
the
overcome
Wild.
foes.
This
You can
looks
also
better than Hi-Fi
customize the
Rush to me.
hoverboard to match your riding
Okay.
style. Solve puzzles and gather resources to boost its speed, steering,
I'm kinda
gravity,
digging this.
and more. Whether you're racing through terrain at high speeds or in the throes of combat,
It depends
the
what they charge
hoverboard
me
will
for
be
this.
there
If
to
it's like
help
20
you.
bucks, sure.
Leave no
Full
stone
price
unturned
doesn't look
as
like
you
it.
explore every corner of this
Yeah.
vast planet. You never know what or who you'll find. Star Overdrive launches as a timed exclusive on Nintendo Switch next year. Do whatever floats your
Goat
boat.
Simulator.
Yeah, I think they're doing
Welcome
like
to
a
the vast island of San Angora, where you'll take
Yeah,
on the
Goat
role
Simulator
of
3.
a goat. We're not kidding. In this
Yeah, they're doing a
sprawling
remastered
sandbox
version of the
adventure,
first one.
You'll headbutt,
Oh, are
lick,
they?
and explode
Yeah.
your way across
That
the
was like,
island.
what,
Wreak
10
havoc
years
on
ago at this point?
anything
That's
and everything
crazy.
you
Oh my
find.
god,
Want to
yeah.
drive around town? Join a yoga
It's really
class?
fun.
Antagonize the locals?
I do like
You can
Goat
do all of
Simulator.
that and more. Complete quests and gain karma to
Yeah.
progress the story and unlock.
Yeah, I kind of like the
redemption
games where it's like they're
From
intentionally
fashionable
janky,
nonsense like
and that's part of the
floral
fun.
shirts and inflatable
Yes.
Yeah, like Goat
suits,
Simulator
to
and some other
variants,
ones.
including tall,
You can kind of just
angry,
goof
and
off with
even
it a bit.
tasty goats. So
Yeah.
buckle up and grab your fashion style by the horns. And you're not the only belligerent Billy around here. Unleash all sorts of bad mischief in two-player online or couch co-op. Hope you're ready to hoof it, because the digital version of Goat Simulator 3 rams its way onto Nintendo eShop
Alright.
later today. The physical version of the game launches on Nintendo Switch this November.
I hate it when they do that.
Here's a
Yeah.
rapid-fire mix of first reveals and game updates coming
Why
to
are you
Nintendo
rapid-firing
Switch.
me? Why?
Okay. Oh, Legend of Hit. Whoa!
I still need to get into this series.
Yeah, I need to as well. Oh.
We already have
don't
Star Wars.
care.
Oh, new season. That game sucks, by the way.
Yeah, it's a mobile game. Oh!
Stalker, really? Ooh,
Yeah,
that's not
that's cool.
gonna run well, though.
Oh, Worms.
Okay.
Nice. Solid. Oh! Oh, in-game
I was
event.
gonna say, this game's already on the Switch as well.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Yeah,
I know
how are we getting Stalker on the Switch? That's crazy.
Make Bikini Bottom your playground.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of
true.
people are like really into Dreamlight Valley. Like, I know a lot of people who are like really
Is
into
this
that game.
SpongeBob?
I have a close friend who's addicted to it.
No, this is Patrick, the silly sea star from SpongeBob
new?
SquarePants stars in this physics-based sandbox adventure.
Oh my god, I could.
Bikini Bottom is your
People
oyster.
like. I could see this being
Make
really
some
popular
hilarious
SpongeBob
mayhem
fans.
by performing whimsical
This isn't like a
skydives,
remaster of a
digging
SpongeBob
up
game,
treasure
right?
in the
That I don't
dump,
know about.
I don't think
or
so.
even blowing
this
off
looks new.
steam in Mrs. Puff's rage room.
Kind of has like
Experiment
Fall
with items
Guys
you
vibe
find,
to it a
from
little bit.
exploding pies
Yeah.
to paint tubes.
Yep,
to make the world
Nick,
more
for sure.
Patrick-y.
Oh, she likes SpongeBob a lot?
No,
And
she's a
he's not
Dreamlight
the
Valley
only
fan.
familiar face
Oh, gotcha.
here. Take on comical challenges from SpongeBob, Sandy, Squidward, and more.
Honestly, this game looks pretty good, especially for SpongeBob fans.
Hey, who turned
out the
lights? Step into Patrick's shorts and the inner machinations of his mind. When SpongeBob SquarePants, the Patrick Star game, launches on Nintendo Switch
Still need to play
October
Bikini
4th.
Bottom.
Pre-orders begin
Yeah.
later today on Nintendo eShop.
Nice.
Ready for your very own personal trainer?
Don't
What do you give me
care.
this time? I love these games.
Okay, let's get started. Ready? 1, 2, jump.
The latest entry in the fitness boxing series is punching its way onto Nintendo
Kick,
Switch.
punch, punch,
New
punch.
added features make it easier to train
These games
more
are
regularly.
Punch, it's all in
surprisingly
the
fun.
mind.
Use Quick Workout to jump into an exercise
What's calling
program
you out?
right after launching the
I
game.
haven't played Battle for Bikini Bottom now. It's on my list to play.
You've got more in you.
Once
I
you're
wasn't really a
done, try
SpongeBob
going the
kid,
distance.
so
With
it
an
like
extra
missed me
workout?
by a few years.
Yeah, same here.
With mitt drills, you'll
Give
practice
me a
with
good
your
soundtrack
instructor
for
at
this
your
and I'm
own
in
pace.
for Fitness Boxing 3.
And in Sit Fit Boxing, you can complete exercise
Fit,
programs while
fit.
seated for a different training experience.
Why?
30 brand new songs are
Danger
included.
Zone. Okay.
I
There
don't.
are also
something.
6
A
instructors,
Captain Falcon.
including 2 new ones.
That actually
Plus,
might
you
get me
can change
interested.
their
That's
Falcon
a great
Punch.
DLC idea.
Yeah.
Let them motivate you as you work toward your goals.
Nice.
Fitness Boxing
You ever
3,
played Dance
your
Dance
personal
Evolution
trainer,
Mario Mix for
launches on the
GameCube?
Nintendo Switch
I
system
own
December
it, but
5th.
I haven't played it.
Of course you do. Oh,
This is going to be a match to remember. 8 Capcom fighting games are brawling their
Oh.
way onto Nintendo Switch in one collection.
Fighting Collection 2.
Here's the complete
Yes.
roster of games.
I love these collections
Capcom
so
versus
much.
SNK, Millennium Fight 2000 Pro. Capcom
Oh,
versus SNK
fighting games
2,
are- fighting
Mark
fans are
of the
getting good.
Millennium 2001. Project Justice.
Oh,
Capcom Fighting Evolution.
nice.
Street Fighter Alpha 3
Nice.
Upper. Plasma Sword, Nightmare of Philstone.
Nice.
Open.
I love
Power
Plasma
Stone.
Sword.
Oh, what the? What the?
Power Stone 2.
What?
Bruh.
Well, I
You're
can throw
getting
my
Power
PSP
Stone?
Mode.
We
And
haven't got a
Pokemon
Power
Online.
Stone re-release since the PSP collection.
You can also visit the museum to enjoy artwork and music from each game. Capcom Fighting Collection 2
Okay.
launches on Nintendo Switch next year. Plus, jump into the fray when Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics hyper combos its way onto Nintendo Switch September 12th. Digital pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. The physical
Nice.
version of the game launches on Nintendo Switch November 22nd.
Nice. Oh
Next,
shit, that was
please
the,
take
that
a
stole the
look at
show
this.
for me.
Yeah. Wait,
私の声を聞いている遠い時代のあなたへ命あるも
is
の
this a
は
Mana
皆
game?
無数の記憶を積み
Like
重
Visions of
ねな
Mana
が
or
ら
something?
生きていくやがて記憶の雫は魂を育み
Okay.
形作るユミヤにとっては
Look, I like my
見えるの
anime
が
games
正し
already
いこ
kind of
と
sold.
Yeah. This one actually looks
正し
pretty
いこ
good.
とって一つじゃないのよ
すべて滅びたと思っていたが
正しいことって
Ooh, he's
何
asleep, man.
絶対に許さない
身の程知らず愚か者
今日はそう
What is Garurumon doing there?
Swear it's curious.
真相を解き明かして。
Oh,
okay.
it's an Altair game. Okay.
I haven't played through that series yet, but
I
that
heard it's
kinda
really
sold me.
good.
We hope you're looking forward to the newest entry in the Atelier series, featuring a brand new protagonist. All right, let's see some more headlines.
Okay.
Adventures and allies await in these Nintendo Switch games. HD remasters of the first two Switch games are coming to Nintendo
Hey,
Switch
your
in
prediction
one bundle.
came true.
Meet
Let's
and
go.
befriend up to 108 allies in these
I've been waiting for this.
RPGs. During your travels, you can
I have been
strengthen your
waiting for
base
this.
and expand your
man, this
spheres
is
of
a great
influence
direct.
while fighting for your
Yes.
cause.
Yes!
This collection adds new support features like the ability to speed up combat and automate battles with a single button.
I have been waiting for this.
1 and 2 HD Remaster, Gate Rune, and Dunon Unification Wars launches on Nintendo Switch March 6th, 2025.
Okay, we got a
The
release
HD
date at least.
2D remake of Dragon Quest III draws near.
Oh,
After
another
gathering your
checklist.
companions
There you
and
go.
selecting their vocations, you can now customize their appearance, voice, and more. With the new Monster Wrangler vocation, you can use monster-like abilities to fight enemies.
All right, that's two
and
things
heal allies.
I predicted.
There may also be places where you can put monsters to use.
They were safe
To be fair,
bets,
Sweet-
but
for another time.
Yeah,
That's
Suikoden was a pretty
Dragon
safe bet.
Quest III HD 2D remake ventures onto Nintendo Switch
yeah,
November
this was
14th.
fun.
I've already
Pre-orders
paid this
begin
off, by the
later
way.
today
They've already
on
got my
Nintendo
money.
eShop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
3 Castlevania games originally released on
Oh
the
my
Nintendo
God!
system. Dawn of Sorrow.
Oh my God!
I predicted this
and
too.
Order of Ecclesia.
Oh my shit!
Rise
Oh
again in a
shit, that's
single collection.
great.
I just threw that on there,
Castle is
but,
also
like-
included, featuring the original
Oh
and
my
the reimagined.
God.
3! I got
Plus,
3!
there's a gallery that
In a
includes
row,
exclusive
too.
art and a
Oh
music
God.
player. Castlevania
Wow, that's
Dominus
amazing,
Collection
though.
launches on the Nintendo
I'll
Switch
buy
system
this.
later
Yeah.
today.
Today?
Oh!
Build
Shit.
something you believe in.
Wait.
The award-winning strategy series returns
Oh,
with Sid
Civilization.
Meier's Civilization 7. Rule as one of many legendary historical
we already
figures,
get Civ 7
including
on the
newly added
Switch?
leaders such as Queen Himiko. Friendship is her strength.
I don't know.
and she
I
can
played
initiate
Tomb Raider. I
diplomatic
know how
endeavors
bad
that
news
help you
Himiko
research
is.
new technologies.
I mean,
Expand your
I love
territory.
Civ, but not this
Establish your
one.
empire across the map.
If I play
and
Civ, it's gotta be
conquer
on
or
PC.
cooperate with
Yeah,
rival
that's the only way to play.
civilizations. You can even create your own path through history by choosing different civs with each new age. In the modern age, you can evolve your empire into Meiji Japan, known
still
for its
cooling down
scientific
from
strength
Power
and
Stone.
military force.
Yeah,
Plus,
that
you and
that
your
was a good
friends
one.
can see your
Nuts.
kingdoms collide in online or local play. Can you create an empire that stands the test of time? Turn the page on a revolutionary new chapter when Sid Meier's Civilization 7 launches on the Nintendo Switch system
Oh, was it
February
Civ
11th.
6 that we
Pre-orders
had on
are
the
available
Switch?
now on
I'm
Nintendo
so,
eShop.
yeah.
Forge bonds transcending time.
There's too many
Okay.
of them.
Celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Tales of series with a
Yeah.
remaster of the action RPG
Oh,
Tales
Oh,
of
yes,
Grace's
buying
Act.
that too.
nice. Nice.
When
I
the
always buy these
protagonist
remasters.
Asbel
Right.
and Prince Richard meet Sophia's children.
We will always be friends.
The
Grace's
three
stuff was
soon
fun.
become lifelong friends. Several years have since passed.
We need to
With their
re-
strong
release the
friendship
Star
and
Ocean till the
desire
end
to
of time.
protect their
That's
loved
what we need to
ones,
release.
the now
Yeah.
grown-up trio get entangled in a conflict.
Like some people
that will
feel like
determine
that's the
the fate of
last
the
good Star
world.
Ocean game. Was the third one?
This remaster adds enhancements like destination icons
This
and
already looks
toggling
botchy
enemy
like the other
encounters,
Tales ports,
as well
damn
as
it.
downloadable content from the original game.
Yes. Oh. Okay.
Yikes. Nah. This is gonna
Why,
run
what's
like
wrong?
shit. It looks really choppy.
Tales
Oh.
of Grace's F remastered.
The Symphonia
launches on
port is like
Nintendo
almost
Switch
unplayable,
January
by the way.
17th.
The Vesperia
Two
port's
adorable
fine,
adventures,
but
one
Symphonia is
cozy
like
bundle.
no.
That is why you get PCs and PC handhelds.
Well, I mean, I've got those versions too. I'm just saying. But the PC port is shit too for Symphonia.
I still have my PS3 copy of Symphonia.
I Yeah, mine behind me too. My big box. And my GameCube version, of course.
I actually specifically bought Tales of Symphonia for PS3 off of eBay.
Really?
Yeah, because I wanted Symphonia physical.
That makes sense.
Plus, I like the PS3 version because it has Dawn of the World on it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why my favorite version of Final Fantasy IV is the PSP version. Because you get original, after years, and interlude all in one disc.
See, that's pretty good. I mean, you're talking about Dawn of the New World. Dawn of the New World's pretty
More help is wanted.
Oh, we get some more FNAF.
What it takes to manage this perilous
Yes,
pizzeria.
bring back
Test your
Tomodachi Life, I
skills
know.
and your nerves in this first-person horror game. As the newest employee of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, you'll have plenty of job duties, such as helping performers prep for a show in the Pizzaplex salon,
Kind of in on this.
getting
This is
high
great.
scores by playing nostalgic arcade minigames, and hopping on attractions like a log ride. Sounds easy enough.
I feel like this would be better with a mouse.
But you'll be doing all of this
Yeah,
while
you're right.
avoiding animatronic atrocities along the way. Become a
I could never
Fazbear
get into FNAF.
entertainment
That was so
superstar.
after my time.
In 5 Nights at
FNAF
Freddy's,
is
Help
better
Wanted
than I
2,
expected,
launching on Nintendo
honestly.
Switch this holiday. And
Yeah.
if you're looking for more adventures in the Mega Pizzaplex, help Cassie find her friend and escape the ruins in this free story DLC for 5 Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, launching on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Zoomers are
Okay.
happy about this one, I think.
Yeah.
Let's
But
check out
that's
some
cool.
Nintendo Switch games launching in time for the holidays.
I'm sorry, I can't. Oh yeah, Epic Mickey Refresh. That's it. Yeah, I'm really happy they're doing this.
Still need to beat this game.
Yeah.
I hate.
I will not be
so
playing that.
much.
I will not be playing that.
Literally for my demographic, but like so out of touch.
I still can't get over the fact that they were releasing Just Dance on the Wii as late as 2020.
Yeah. But people still play it, they buy it.
I'm not gonna lie, Funko Fusion kinda looks cool.
It has Lego devs behind it. That's the only saving grace, but I just hate Funko too much to play it.
Yeah, to me it's just like all the crossovers, really.
Yeah. Sports. Yay. Very weird game still. I don't understand why we're getting Lego Horizon.
I don't get why Sony's like so insistent on pushing Horizon.
They want it to be a staple game, I guess, but it's weird. Ooh, 2 minutes left. What are we getting?
Okay, big one.
Why are you standing in my way?
Me? I should ask the same of you.
Horizon Zero Dawn. They're for some reason wanting to make Lego games for it.
We need a Lego Doctor Who.
I can see that working really well.
Yeah, they did that for Lego
Welcome
Dimensions.
to
It
the
turned out really
Eastern
well.
nation of Azuma.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
After a calamity struck, the energy sources known as runes ceased to exist.
Oh, new Rune Factory.
And the land
Yeah,
fell
whatever.
into
I'm kind
decline.
of over Rune Factory.
In this fresh take
I
on
never
the
got
Rune
into it.
Factory series, step into
alright.
a bigger adventure than ever before. As
Oh,
a Rune dancer,
the
you'll
Funko
channel the
game
spiritual
does have
powers of
some
nature
people
through
from the
dance.
Lego team, like the old Lego
Use
games.
the
I just don't
sacred
know
drum
what
to help
era of
crops
Lego
grow
games, but
faster.
they're people that have
And
worked
the
in a bunch
sacred
of Lego
parasol
games.
to summon rain. These treasures and your Earth dancer abilities.
Well, they're
can
definitely trying to
revitalize
push
the land.
Alloy really hard. Because remember, she got into
Restore
Fortnite.
this once fruitful region to cultivate fields.
I just don't see like people
houses
enjoy the game,
and more to
but I
revive
just
nature
don't see this like
and establish
fanatical
prospering
like
villages.
love for Alloy as a character. You know?
No. The
Venture
first game
through
looked
the
okay,
enchanting
but
lands of
otherwise, no.
Azuma, but beware, monsters may lie in wait. Harness your Earth dancer abilities to confront them.
I mean,
and
the game looks
restore
okay. I'm
certain
just
monsters
kind
to
of
their
tired
human
of all
form.
these MBF models.
Well, there's a website claiming that it was the people that worked on like the old Lego Star Wars and Lego Marvel
As you
games
settle into
that went
village
to
life,
Funko, but I
get
don't
to
if
know
it's
the
true.
community around you and deepen your relationships.
I'd
to
say
find
keep an open
friendship
mind about
or
Funko
even
Future.
romance.
That's basically
Who
my
knows?
take.
A wedding
I
could
just hate
even be
Funkos.
on the horizon.
Oh, I agree. I've never gotten into them on purpose.
Experience a beloved series.
They're modern day Beanie
reimagined.
Babies.
They're worse. I would take a Beanie Baby over that any day.
In Rune Factory,
just so
Guardians of Azuma, launching on Nintendo Switch
Bring us
next
Senran
spring.
Kagura, you cowards! Come on.
Next will be our last
Marvelous.
announcement.
All right.
Please take a look.
Oh! Yakuza!
Immerse yourself
All
in the
right.
story that started the epic saga in Yakuza Kiwami.
Just start with
Meet
zero.
Kazuma Kiryu, a Yakuza accused of murdering his clan's patriarch, and Haruka, a young girl on the run. Two individuals whose fates intertwine. Set in Kamurocho, Japan's largest entertainment district, Kiryu must navigate the twists and
Have they
turns
brought
of
any of these
Tokyo's
Yakuza
underworld
games
while
to the Switch
confronting
before?
rival gangs.
Have they brought to the Switch? No, it's the first time.
Swap between 4 fighting styles in real-time combat. Fight
I
bare
don't think this
knuckle,
is gonna run well on the Switch either.
or
What a
arm
weird
yourself
way
with
to end this
makeshift
show.
weapons and go up against anything in your way. There are also plenty of distractions to be found in Kamurocho. So take a break from brawling every once in a while. Discover how the epic series
Remember,
began when Yakuza
Japanese
Kiwami
audio
launches on
is
Nintendo
the
Switch
actual way to play
October
it.
24th.
Oh, 100%. I just don't know if
That's
Switch
all
is
for
the place
today's
I'd play it.
Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. Thank you for watching.
Okay. That was actually not bad.
Yep.
Whoopa.
Portuguese dice.
Yep, so we're going to be doing some discussion about the Direct and also about Sonic 3. So, alright, that was interesting. I think they're kind of getting this out of the way because Tokyo Game Show is coming up.
When's that?
Let me look it up. It is September 26th through September 29th. So,
Oh, okay.
essentially
Yeah,
next
pretty soon.
month. I think we're gonna get a big Nintendo. They're gonna reveal the Nintendo Switch 2 next month. That's my prediction.
I could see that. Yeah, they have to say something soon because people are just like, we're waiting, you know? They have to.
Yeah, and I feel like the reason they combine these is to get stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
Because what is the big holiday game from Nintendo? Have they really unveiled it?
No, isn't Echoes like the only big thing coming out in the next few months? And even then, I don't consider it a big game.
There's
unfortunately.
Zelda. There's the
Yeah,
the-
Zelda's
the-
Echoes. Yeah.
yeah, Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah.
Is there anything Pokemon related coming out?
Aren't they slowing down their cycle with Pokemon? Like they used to release it every November, but they've actually like slowed that down because the quality of the last one was really bad. That's what I've gathered.
Yeah, they're taking their time with AZ, and I just gotta say it's really funny. People are complaining that it's taking too long for AZ. I think they just announced it too early. I think
Yeah.
that's the problem. Is they announced AZ way too early. Also, I'm convinced that when we saw the Metroid Prime, that was running on Switch 2 hardware, or at least partially.
That's an interesting theory. How's
Yeah,
it
because it
going, Geek
looked way
Archivist?
too good. But hey, Geek Archives, he just missed the thing. I think they're gonna do what they did with this when they released the Switch. Was they released the Switch in like May, let all the early adopters come. They have one big game, which is probably going to be Metroid.
Mhm.
Let's be honest, it's probably going to be Metroid Prime. It's going to be
Usually
there.
Like usually Zelda is the bridge game. It's kind of weird, but cool that they're going with maybe Metroid this time.
Well, the thing is, Tears of the Kingdom could have been that bridge game, but they've already popped that cherry.
I don't know why they did that.
I'm sure there's going to be like probably what they're going to do is games that, like older games, they'll probably release patches that make them run better on the Switch too.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will probably get a patch. Tears of the Kingdom, some upgrade patches. I think it's probably going to happen. Woopa? No.
It wasn't that bad of a game. Come on.
It's kind of a shtick, but it's fine. Because the thing that really fascinates me with the Switch 2 is like the rumors are it's like PS4 Pro levels of power, but they're also going to be using DLSS upscaling tech for this. And if they do that, they might be able to match the visuals of current visuals, and it really opens up the gate for porting. And I think that's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
And we'll probably start to see a lot more more ports come out of like more modern games.
Well, the Switch 2 is going to run at the frequency of like a PS4, which I'm not really a huge fan of that, but I mean, hey, you will be able to get a pretty big library, and the PS5 has like nothing on it, so you're not really missing out on much.
Yeah, for my big thing, it's the DLSS tech that really kind of interests me, and that makes it kind of a game changer. You know, it allows the tech kind of punch up above its weight class a little bit.
100%.
But yeah, it's gonna be really interesting with the Switch with what the lineup is, because I feel like they're going to unveil like a really big game. We're kind of due for another Mario game. So I think we're probably gonna.
I think it could either be like an Odyssey or like an Odyssey 2, or I also think Kirby is starting to get its own name strong enough that it could even be a Kirby game that comes next.
I think it's going to be
there
Mario.
Were rumors.
Because the last time we had like an Odyssey level game was the Super Mario 3D, like the Wii U game. Bowser's Fury was like the last time we got an Odyssey level Mario content. And I'm not saying it's going to be Odyssey 2, but it's going to be like that level of Mario. Like they've just been doing like smaller stuff, which is fine.
Well, they already got Wonder out of the way, right? So I feel like they've already done a 2D. Mm-hmm. They can do a 3D. So I think Odyssey would make the most sense.
Yeah, or an Odyssey level game, like a big 3D game.
With a whole new thing that we're not even able to imagine because Nintendo is like way ahead of us.
Yeah, they've been done with Galaxy for
I don't see there being another Galaxy. I think the inherited thing is Odyssey at this point. I did love Galaxy, though. I also agree with you, Woopa, that they're pushing a lot of ports. And actually, Nintendo ended up buying up a Embracer Group company that did the Mortal Kombat port for the Switch. And that company was just ports.
What was it? Because there's a couple of ones. Like Panic Button did a lot of really good ports for the Switch. Like that, they were known for doing like really good ones.
They didn't buy up a good port company, for the record, but they bought one.
But by the way, you want to know one company that Nintendo needs to buy is Grezzo.
What do they do?
They do the smaller Zelda stuff. Like they started out with the 3DS Ocarina of Time. They're doing Echoes of Wisdom. They did Link's Awakening remaster. They're basically like
it's third.
They basically do the small. I think they're either third party or Nintendo may already own them. But they do really good small scale Zelda stuff.
Yeah.
The only reason we're getting Echoes of Wisdom is because of the Link's Awakening port. They're using the same engine. They're even using a lot of the same assets. Like those trees are from Link's Awakening. Like a lot of that stuff is assets from Link's Awakening, but they're doing a Majora's Mask. Almost.
It's such a budget title. It's not even funny, and
But they're kind of making it work based off of pure creativity. That's my thing.
They are. I'm not really a fan of the direction they're going with that Zelda game. I'm still gonna buy it and play it, but there's just so many cool power-ups that Zelda has, and you chose to do, let's stack 10 beds in a pot, and then you can climb up this cliff. I'm just like, really?
I appreciate the originality. I appreciate them trying to do something new. Like, I'll respect that, even if I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah, I'm still going to play it, but it's just like, there could have been such a way better way to bring Zelda out, full blast.
And I honestly think that's a bad move. Because Nintendo last generation carved itself out as the auxiliary console. Like, you had an Xbox and a Switch. You had a PS4 and a Switch. You had a PC and a Switch. it was your secondary console. And I think Nintendo really excels in that niche. Like, Nintendo has tried multiple times to compete with the big dogs, and they've proven time and time again that they cannot compete as a mainline console.
I kind of disagree because I think that a lot of people nowadays, they just have a Steam account and they have a Nintendo console and that's it. A lot of people are skipping PS5 and Xbox.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying. It's PC and Switch, or it's something in Switch.
Right,
It's the
but, like-
and, is what I'm saying.
Right, but like I feel like in the console market as a whole, they would win. It's just that like a lot of us that are more hardcore gamers, we're always going to go PC no matter what. So I think it is a good move to bring more ports to the system. You're going to introduce a whole new market of people, that otherwise are just stuck on Nintendo games. I think it's a good call. Yeah, there's like the Batman ports. There's no way that's going to run smoothly. I think that's already out, right? So there's a lot of games that they've ported over that don't look like they would run well on the Switch.
And the
but
problem with a lot of Switch ports was they got lazy and just like, oh, we're streaming them.
That's true.
Like Hitman, Kingdom Hearts, Control. It was a lot of like, just your streaming. Like, why even buy it at that point?
And Nintendo's never excelled as like the main like graphics type system, right? It's always been the gimmicks that people love, the care for the first party.
That's a modern kind of thing because they were pushing graphics up until the GameCube was the last time that they really were pushing graphics. Because the GameCube was actually a really powerful system. Like I love the GameCube. It was a lot more powerful than PS2. The N64 was a very powerful system in its own right. The Super Nintendo, as much as I love my Sega Genesis, the Super Nintendo was the more powerful.
Isn't it weird too, like how the GameCube was one of the lowest selling Nintendo systems, but it was actually one of the better ones, if not the best one? I'm such a simp for the GameCube. I don't even care.
Well, the funny thing about that generation was if you look at the sales numbers, the PS2 sold like 100, 150. Xbox sold I think Xbox sold 24 million and the GameCube sold 22 million.
Yeah,
so the GameCube was not that far behind the Xbox.
Yeah. But in comparison to every other Nintendo system, I think the Wii U is the only other one. Really, I don't count the virtual whatever thing that I have back here.
Well, if we talk about like quality of content in the library, it's probably a toss-up between Super Nintendo and GameCube, in my opinion. Problem with the Wii U library is most of that stuff has been ported to the Switch.
Yeah, but I see the thing with that argument is like the Wii U did have a strong library to the point where the Switch has taken all of the games. So to me, it's like the Wii U is a good system.
Except for, I really feel like at this point they're holding off on Wind Waker and Twilight Princess for the Switch 2. Like, imagine
I have a theory about that.
Wind Waker is going to be a Switch 2 launch title. It's going to really look even better.
Wind Waker is, I feel, going to be a Switch 2 launch, but here's my thing with Wind Waker. And by the way, again, I'm a big Wind Waker fan. If you can't tell, this is my Wind Waker shirt.
You're literally wearing a Wind Waker shirt.
Yes, I love Wind Waker. I have this like weird curse conspiracy with Wind Waker that it's always on the worst selling consoles because it was the GameCube and the Wii U. And so the Switch 2 is going to come out, and I think it's going to sell worse than the Switch 1, and it's going to have Wind Waker. That's my little conspiracy theory.
Well, the problem with Nintendo is they have a really bad habit of getting really arrogant and then making some stupid mistakes, and then they're like, oh crap, we're going to fail, and then they do their best work, and then the cycle repeats itself.
I don't consider the Wii U a failure. I don't care if it didn't sell well. It was a good system.
It was a success in your heart.
It's a good system. If literally Nintendo takes every damn game off of that system and throws it on the Switch, to me that says it's a good system. I think the naming convention was the problem for that system.
Oh, imagine if they, like, for the Switch 2, they have GameCube games on their Switch Online.
Oh my god.
And they add Melee to it. Do you know how big of a deal that would be?
I don't know. Maybe I do, considering my brand name is Melee Games. I love Melee,
Because
man.
people have been asking for like a
So
HD remake of Melee. I think the best bet is they just release it as part of the GameCube Online service or whatever.
Yeah, they have to make a GameCube Online service for the next system. If they do that, even if it's, I mean, I can't imagine a life where it's not backwards compatible, but I would buy it for the GameCube Online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
it was a
either,
failure commercially. Exactly. I agree. It was a great system, just a failure commercially. I think literally calling it the Wii U was the worst mistake they made for that system.
Yeah. Also, it's like they really emphasized the tablet, I think, a little bit too much. Because people thought the tablet was great. It was basically a prototype of the Switch. But like they didn't emphasize the console portion enough. I think that's what added to it, like, oh, this is an accessory for the Wii.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it just seemed like, oh, can I buy the tablet and have a Wii U, or do I need the entire system? That's the confusing part for the average consumer. But like the tablet brought something that we still even haven't seen on the Switch, was like this ability to, for example, was it 3D World or whatever? You had this ability to like blow on it and it would cause wind because the actual tablet allowed you to do extra stuff. You had things like
they had that on the Famicom.
yeah, and then there was like the whole thing with Nintendo Land where you had that Luigi thing and you could have one person on the tablet and
the asymmetric gameplay. They were really pushing that with like the Wii U.
The asymmetric gameplay was fantastic. That's a good way to word it. And the only thing we saw on the Switch with that was Mario Party. If you own 2 Switches, you could play some exclusive games, but it wasn't asymmetrical. It was just you could have it like 2 Switches next to each other.
The problem is with as many people that own a Switch, you could do asymmetric gameplay under the assumption of like, oh, people bring their Switches. Like there's so many people that owned a Switch that you could have made it happen.
You could have made it an option to enhance your game so you can play it either way. But I think people would have complained, honestly, because imagine requiring people to own 2 like $300 devices, essentially.
I mean, I think a lot of people did. Like, I remember one thing I used to do is I used to go over to my friend's house and I bring my Switch with me and we play Warframe. I'd be on my Switch playing my thing, he'd be on his like TV playing his, and we'd like do dungeons together.
Yeah, but
that was fun.
Here's the thing. I agree with you that a lot of people do have a Switch, and it was cool how they did it in Mario Party, but it comes across very, well, everyone owns a cell phone Diablo. You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem.
Don't you guys have
Yeah, don't you guys have smartphones? Like, that's how it comes across as a company, so I don't think they could fully back that. So I'd be interested to see if the new Switch somehow incorporates like a dual screen. I think that would be a cool direction. I just don't know how logistically that would work just with the style of the Switch right now. But I would love to see something like that. I think
the problem with a dual screen is if they're going to keep the docking functionality, because I think like going between handheld and docking was a really big selling point. Because Nintendo made the smart move, because their handhelds always do great, is combining the handheld and the console. Because before they had to split their time, like the handheld stuff and the console stuff. Now they're just doing both, and I think that's really helped them from an efficiency standpoint.
Yeah, I would, I'm trying to think how they could do it, and off the top of my head, there's like those new cell phones where you can fold the screen. If that technology advances more and you created a smaller dock, like you see some of the third-party docks for the Switch that I don't really recommend people use third-party docks, by the way, because sometimes they can surge your console. But there is a thing where you can get like a portable dock that's really tiny. It's like this big, and it's essentially just like placing your phone on it. Like that's how small it is. So if you could upsize those foldable screen phones and you could put it on like a tiny dock like that, you could do a dual screen. It would just be hard to pull off, and I don't think the tech is there yet.
Yeah. So one thing that I am surprised Nintendo never did is why don't they put some extra hardware in the dock itself? Like some extra like graphical processing power, maybe some more RAM, so that when you plug it in, you get like an extra boost to your graphics. Like I thought that was going to be like the Switch Pro.
Oh, exclusively in docked version, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the OLED I kind of thought was going to go in that direction, but really the OLED is only beneficial if you're playing portable. I don't see a benefit
Well,
playing on TV.
I think from what I hear, the reason they never did a Switch Pro is because of COVID. And it's because of the supply shortages, and the Switches were selling like hotcakes, and that was kind of their window. Like that, like 2020 to 2022 was kind of like when they could have released a Switch Pro. So the OLED was basically what they did instead.
Yeah. Kind of a weird step, honestly. I thought that Direct was okay, by the way. I obviously look, I'm a simp for the Dreamcast, if you can't tell behind me. That is
I mean,
a European
the Dreamcast
Dreamcast.
is. I mean, the Dreamcast is the greatest console ever released. So
Yes, I look, for me, it's a competition between the Dreamcast, GameCube, and the Switch. Honestly, I think the Switch is a contender for my favorite Nintendo console ever.
Well, if we're going off of like consoles, because I'm very much a handheld guy, like handhelds, PCs, that's something. But PlayStation 1 is probably my favorite console of all time because I have a lot of really strong gaming memories from that as a kid, like Final Fantasies, the Crashes, PS1, Dreamcast.
Oh, I agree with Whoopa though. The Game Boy Advance SP. Listen, I'm still playing Game Boy Advance SP games. Man.
Yeah,
I literally like on my pocket. That's the number one thing I do is play GBA. I love it. I think the sprites on GBA are just gorgeous. There's something about that era of gaming that's just. It's
especially if you
unbeatable.
get like a modded GBA with like a really good like a new screen on it that's actually like really good. And
Well,
really
that's why I like
backlit
the
right.
Pocket because the Pocket pretty much does that. I used the Game Boy camera on there, and it was like night and day looking at
So
it.
you have an analog pocket, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to my gaming, I have like 3 levels to the gaming. My big gaming is done on this. This is a gaming laptop. It's got an RTX 3060 in it. It's pretty cool. Next down to that is my Steam Deck, self-explanatory. And then for ultra portable, I have a Miu Mini Plus, which is like one of those Chinese handhelds. 1 sec, let me go grab it. I'm gonna turn off my cam. Just talk about the analog pocket.
I am addicted to the analog pocket. What I love is that you can add things onto it super easily. So right now I've been playing, I don't know if any of you are Fire Emblem fans, but I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan. I've been playing Fire Emblem 7 on the GBA on the pocket. And there's a guy that's like a big YouTuber that does patches and he does like Iron Man runs for Fire Emblem. And I've been playing his rebalance patch for Fire Emblem 7, and I'm like addicted. Like as soon as we're done this stream, I'm probably gonna play some. I love it so much.
Yeah, so this is I think you'll really like this one. I'm about to because you know all those like Chinese emulation handhelds.
Yeah.
This is the one that I have.
Oh, that's cute.
This is a
You have
Miu
shown me
Mini.
this before. Yeah.
Yeah, I love this thing. I can play up to like PS1. It's really great. And so like I use this kind of like ultra portable emulation. Basically, this is my version of the Pocket, and the screen is actually
style. By the way, you cowards, bring back this like translucent like
Yes!
style. I love it so.
And the other thing is the screen is really good on this. Like I must have won the lottery. Like I must have won the lottery.
That's gorgeous. Yeah,
me,
that thing's super cool. I don't know. I'm partial to my Pocket, but I'm sure that one's good too. Do you remember how much it cost you?
I was like $40, $60. These things are
well then you win in that department. The analog Pocket's like what, $500 Canadian or something crazy.
well, it's kind of different because like
actually no, I don't think it. No, was it 500? Because the dock, I can put it on my TV. That's what ended up getting it up to 500.
So let me turn up the brightness. I usually keep it pretty low because of battery, but I want to show off the screen. So, oh, the brightness is at 1. Holy crap! I need to crank that shit up.
That's the way to play. We all play on the minimum brightness so we can make it last long. That's pretty gorgeous, yeah, especially for $40. Can't go wrong with that. How's the audio quality on it? We won't be able to hear it properly on the microphone, but is it good?
Yeah, it's not bad actually. But yeah, that's a Super Nintendo game. I was playing that.
I'm going to answer what Whoop is asking me about Iron Man runs and Fire Emblem. Iron Man runs mean that you don't save, you just keep going, and it's permadeath. So you're pretty much trying to beat the game in like one smooth run, and anytime a character dies, you don't reset, you just keep going and hope for the best. Of course, if you get a game over, you start from the beginning. Spyro. I love you, Spyro. I love you, Toys for
Yeah,
Bob.
even like look at this PS1 game, looks really good.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It didn't even phase me. Yeah, you're doing a PS1 game on there.
Yeah.
Oh my god. How
Yeah,
high
this
up
thing
can it go? Like, what console can it max out on?
PS1 is kind of the highest it can go. It can also do DS games.
But there's no tap or anything.
You can like kind of like do some stuff on it. Like let's see here. Nintendo DS. Let's just boot up that.
Ripto's Rage, that's right. Oh, I love me Spyro. That Spyro behind me there, it's actually like an incense burner, so you can light it up and then the smoke comes out of his nose. I love that thing. Okay. Interesting. So it's got like a little thing on the screen.
Yeah, there's different configuration you can do for it, but
all right.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of different like emulation handhelds out there. Like basically like there's even like there's one I think that you would like that's in the shape of a 6-button Genesis controller.
Oh, what?
Oh, okay. All right. Let me look it up. I have a feeling you're probably going to be
caught my attention. Anything Genesis, bro. I'm such a Sega simp as well.
I mean, I like Sega too. So, oh god, just stop the screen.
Man, that Nintendo Direct has me wanting to spend money, even if it wasn't like the best Nintendo Direct I've seen. It's just like the Power Stone thing. Ooh, baby. Oh, okay, that's cool. And Burnick.
Yeah, Burnick's a pretty high quality one.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I definitely prefer the consoles that kind of have the controllers around the screen rather than below it. So that's already a plus to me.
that are you prefer the what style?
Like this style where it's like on the left and right you have the controls rather than like below it, you know, like an SP or an analog or the one that you have.
Okay.
It just feels better. It feels like you're holding a like regular controller.
Speaking of the here's one you might like. They got this one's in the shape of a GBA SP. Yeah.
Nice. Ooh, and they got tons of ooh.
Yeah. The Internic RGB Cube, that's a good one. This is nice. Yeah, they got like a ton of variety of these things.
Damn.
Yeah, this is just one company that does stuff. Let's see here.
Pow Kitty, I've never heard of this.
Yep, that's another. I'm just kind of showing you different stuff.
Yeah. The generic handshake on the website.
These are Chinese companies, okay?
Oh, shit. That's hilarious.
These are the one that I
Oh yeah, Retroid, okay.
Yeah, Retroid is a really good one.
See that dock there, right? On the top?
Yeah.
You literally could, like, on the next Nintendo system, make a dock this small. There's no reason for it to be as bulky as it is, besides aesthetic reasons.
Yeah. So,
but then I guess
here's
USB port wise, no, you could fit USB ports on there. There's like 2 on there already.
Yeah, it's mini USB. Yeah, so they're getting ready to release a new Retroid, but this is the 3 Plus, which is basically it's like a Switch Lite, pretty much.
Oh, that's sick too.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh my god, bring back the style, please. If the next Switch system looks like that, oh man. I will be happy. It's like the size of a phone. Holy.
Yeah. It's basically kind of like the size of a Switch Lite. Almost, think of it. Yeah, these are really popular. These are really powerful. They can emulate Switch like really easily. So
Whoa, they can emulate up to the Switch?
yeah,
And they're like $120?
I mean, these are like 150, 200, but yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You may have sold me, maybe.
I mean, there's a couple of other ones. Odin 2 is a big it's this one's a little bit more expensive, but
I've heard
these
of
are
this one, yeah.
Yeah, this one is oh, got you the translucent.
Yes. Oh man, that's a trend that I want back so bad.
Oh, you got you.
Yeah, and the rainbow. That's cool.
Yeah, the Odins are kind of like top of the line emulation handhelds.
Nah, that's sick.
Yeah. So if you're looking for like a good one, I'd say the Retroid 4. So when it comes to these handhelds, there's either it runs Linux or it runs Android.
Right, yeah.
And the other thing to consider is a lot of these handhelds get third party firmware. Like the OSs on a lot of these are crap, and then you get fan OSs that are like really good that make the handheld. Like this Miu Mini is running Onion OS, and it is a phenomenal OS. Like I have like a cyberpunk theme on it right now.
That's pretty cool.
And that's the other thing to consider with a lot of these handhelds is, do they have custom firmware, and how is it?
Yeah. I agree with you, Whoopa, by the way, that OG consoles is kind of the way to go. I get that.
Well, the thing I have with my problem with like console gaming now is obviously the price, and I could go the EverDrive route, which is fair.
Yeah.
You know, like, but if you get a console, then you have to choose: am I getting a CRT? Emulation is stealing that we all do. Yeah, like it's just so expensive.
Technically, if you own the game physically, it's not.
I mean, who does? Let me come on.
You guys looking behind me? Look at all this stuff.
Well, not everyone is as awesome as you, Melee. So
This is a lifelong collection, to be fair, though. And this is both of us, me and James, because we both have just been lifelong gamers, so...
Yeah, I have a problem where like I sell a lot of my stuff during COVID when like things were like really expensive because like it's just sitting on a shelf. I barely even look at it. It's like, all right, I'm gonna cash out.
I don't blame you. I think for me, I'm gonna literally live with this forever. I love it so much. Like, you know, sometimes people get married and stuff and they're like, oh, we have to like reduce how things look, or we gotta make it look like an adult home. No. I'm not doing that.
Well,
Like,
the
both
good
of
thing
us
for
are
you
like
is
this.
yeah, and that helps because you and James are on the same wavelength, so it's just
Yeah.
gonna work out.
We're both like, no, this has to be here. Like, that's it.
I mean, like once I start getting like some good money, I might start game collecting again because I would love to have that, you know, like that wall of games and shit.
Oh my god, you know what? I'll get invited on shows. Like, there's a show I go on that's like top 5 gaming stuff on Nerdy Neo's channel. And he'll be like, okay, we're gonna do top 5, I don't know, JRPGs or something. And I'll be like, okay, let me just go look at my wall. Like, sometimes that's how I prep for shows. It's great. People invite me on and be like, we're gonna talk about Sonic today. And I'm like, let me go look at all my Sonic games. You know? It's a great
I'm
feeling.
like the same way. So like if we're ever talking about like movies and you see me crank my head because like my DVDs and my Blu-rays are on like a shelf over there. So like if we're ever talking about like, oh, what movies, like whatever, I'm like literally looking at my shelf over there. So
Yeah, I just love it. I love the tangible thing of it. I can't give it up.
yeah.
But I don't blame you. I think a lot of people do want to save space, you know, whatever. I get it.
Yeah, my thing is, it's just they're shitting on itself, and I wasn't even looking at them. Like, it's fine if it's like a set decoration or like something you look at. I do want to start buying more movies though, because like I'm pissed off at the streaming services, and like the problem is like, oh, I want to watch a certain movie. I have to like Google, okay, who streams this movie, and sometimes you have to like jump through a bunch of hoops just to watch a certain movie. When in before it's like, oh, just take it off the shelf.
Yeah. That is always a good feeling. Got some movies. I'm not like a big movie person, but we've got some.
We know.
Yeah, I know, because you make me watch. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna argue. It's too
Well,
early for
you've
this.
already
I'm
said
not
you're
arguing.
skipping this week. We're doing Hook at the end of this week. So
Yeah, that's because I have a big show next Monday. It's not because I hate Hook. I actually like Hook.
well, we're doing it on Friday, so
I know, but like I'm prepping like big time for. I've been like not going on many shows at all this month, so
okay.
it's been a big ordeal. We're doing World Championships with some people IRL here.
Nice.
Peter Pan.
Yeah, Bangarang. I love that movie. I always have.
I mean, that's like a classic.
The fact that Rufio went on to voice Zuko just makes it so much better.
Gotta save that for Friday, bro.
Oh, it's fine. Everyone knows it. Also,
Everyone knows that.
I think you remember when we were doing Independence Day, and I pointed out that the president's daughter went on to voice Katara.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Mae Whitman.
you and your film, man. See, for me, I'm just.
It's
like,
my
make it
autistic
good,
superpower. It's my
make it
autistic
bad.
superpower.
You know what my thing has been lately? We've
What?
been like watching a bunch of Scooby-Doo. I've been like and like watching the movies and stuff. Honestly, the Scooby-Doo movies are great. Of course watched the live action ones when they first came out. I loved those. But I've been
Scooby-Doo
watching
on Zombie Island.
Yeah, I've been watching the animated ones and they're excellent. And we found a few that are like WWE themed, so it's like wrestling and Scooby-Doo.
Oh,
They're
when they
actually
meet John
good.
Cena.
They're
Have you
actually
watched the
freaking
Supernatural
good.
crossover?
Supernatural crossover? No.
Yeah, where the crossover where Sam and Dean show up and team up with the Scooby Gang.
Oh no. See, I'm still
And it's
working my way
voiced by Jensen Ackles and whatnot.
That's awesome. Autism isn't a superpower.
I think they're talking
I love
like
that.
we're like that's like okay. I think they're referencing the Predator. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Predator?
The Predator. It's the one with Olivia Munn in it.
No, I have not seen this movie.
That's the one that came out like.
I thought you were talking about like Alien versus Predator or something. I'm like, what?
No, it's the movies are Predator, Predators. God dang it! Now I have to look this shit up.
See, autism is a superpower. I've said it off.
All right, Predator, Predator 2, Predators, The Predator, Prey. Oh God, fucking damn it. Predators is the one. The Predator is the one from 2018, and basically a kid understands predator technology because he has autism. His autism is literally a superpower in that movie.
Oh my god, that's great.
So if you want cringe, watch that movie.
I love things that are like, it's so bad it's good. That is like my favorite thing.
All right, then you need to check out. Let me just double check here. The Predator. Predators actually. I like that.
I want to know why Whoopa doesn't like the live action Scooby-Doo, because I thought that was like the best depiction of Scooby-Doo possible. It's so good. I'm so curious.
Yes,
Matthew Lillard is great.
Yeah.
I have not watched Birdemic. Is that worth watching?
Is that the one with like? Is that the one with what's her face? Where she's got like the blindfold over her or whatever.
Oh, is this the one where like they get attacked by birds?
What in the Alfred Hitchcock are you talking about?
Isn't there a movie where like people get attacked by birds? I don't
Yeah,
even
it's
know.
called The Birds.
I don't know anything
It's
about
literally
film.
called
I'm
The
a-
Birds, and it came
all-
out
listen,
in the 50s.
All I love from film is the prequels and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I have a few others in between, but like that's and Mars Attacks thanks to you because you made me watch Independence Day and I was like this sucks. I'm watching Mars Attacks. Oh,
So
God.
what do you think of it?
What, Mars Attacks?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good. It's like the best depiction of James Bond. It's got all these celebrities in it that are great. It's just like peak from start to finish. So funny. And I love how realistic they are about it, and they're just like, yeah, you would just kind of sit in silence after this happened.
So, okay.
The Birds. This looks so bad.
This is a classic movie.
This is great. But this isn't the same one that's being recommended to me, right? It's different. Birdemic.
No,
Okay.
no. This is an Alfred Hitchcock classic.
I didn't.
Alfred.
Okay, with Independence Day, because I mean you've already heard my Independence Day thing.
Mhm.
It was really the like dog jumping away from the explosion that just like kind of broke it for me, because it was like, are you trying to be a serious movie or a funny movie? And it's just like they don't choose a tone properly, and it's very cheesy and shallow. Now, I do like the speech, because this is the number one thing people say to me is like, what about the speech? The speech is great, okay? It is very patriotic. I love the speech. Don't get me wrong. I also love the ending, because that is literally a Star Fox 64 mission. It's fantastic. I could not deal with Will Smith and his stripper girlfriend and his maybe not son. That was annoying to me.
Have you heard of a movie called A Boy and His Dog?
No. What is this?
This film inspired.
Is this a boy and his blob?
No, Boy and His Dog. This inspired Fallout. I mean, there you see the video right here.
Oh.
They even referenced it in the Fallout TV show.
Oh, it's that inspired.
Yeah, like the whole
That's
the
cool.
stuff with dog meat and whatnot. A Boy and His Dog.
Okay.
It is a really crazy sci-fi movie from from 1975. I've seen it. Oh, hey, Taladia.
What's up?
I
agree with Hardcore Bunny, by the way. Yes, the Martians attacked because someone really, and the grandma. Oh my god, yeah.
That's how they discover.
I love Mars Attacks so much.
Also turning Pierce Brosnan into a poodle.
That's what I'm saying. Best James Bond, though. He's so good in it. He's so freaking good. Is anyone excited for Mars Attracts? Have you seen that? That they're coming back with? They're making like a simulation type, almost like a roller coaster tycoon type game for Mars Attacks called Mars Attracts.
Oh, I think I watched the trailer for it. It looks interesting.
I'll probably play it, but it was definitely not what I had on my bingo card. I'm like, why aren't you giving me Destroy All Humans, but Mars Attacks? That would have been the obvious answer.
Oh god.
I've derailed your entire show. Nintendo.
It's fine. I'm just thinking of Chintzy.
Have I got you on the filmtism? I think I got you on the filmtism.
Yeah, I'm thinking of chintzy films to show you that you I have to watch this kind of thing.
I'm in.
So there's a film called Robot Wars.
Oh, I've heard of this film. Yeah.
It is so cheesy, but so good.
Yeah, I still need to watch that. I've definitely heard of it.
Have you heard of The Running Man?
I want to say I've heard the name, but that's all I know. Oh, that's a Schwarzenegger film?
Yeah.
That's all you have to tell me. I'm in. I love Schwarzenegger.
Here is Sub-Zero. Now, Plane Zero.
It's one of those. It's one of those films.
Why do they do this to me?
You remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
Rip. That was
I'm
beautiful.
sorry. I love like Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liners.
They are good. That's why he's so popular.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I'm not gonna shoot you between the eyes.
Wait.
Shoot you between the balls.
By the way, that's Rancic from Time Force.
Oh. That's pretty cool. Is he wearing mithril or something? What is he wearing?
Let off some steam, Bennett.
That was beautiful.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Kindergarten Cop?
Yes, of course.
The
I'm
best
not that
movie.
uncultured. Come on.
Okay, you only know it because it's references Silent Hill. Still.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you've caught me. My video game references are, yeah, exactly.
But have you heard of a film called The Pacifier?
I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it though.
It's basically like Kindergarten Cop, but like with Vin Diesel kind of thing.
Okay, never mind. I was thinking of maybe The Pacifist or something. I was not imagining a Vin Diesel movie at all.
Basically, it's Vin Diesel in like the mid 2000s, where he has to like take care of some kids, and it's got like really strong Kindergarten Cop vibes. It's actually not like a bad movie.
Oh my god.
But it's what's really crazy is like, oh, this kid, he's getting into bad trouble. We think he might be a white and like it turns out he's actually doing a play. He's doing The Sound of Music, and he's one of the Atis. And the best part is, so Vin Diesel's character is like a military ops guy, all right? And so the drama coach quits, and he literally says, if I can choreograph aquatic landings on five different shores, I can choreograph a play.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
And he becomes a drama coach at the end of the movie. Oh, I haven't told you the best
That is cheese.
The best joke yet. So the whole entire point is there's this program called Ghost. So they find a disc called Ghost in the house. And there's like this big battle. And afterwards, like, okay, let's see what this is. And so they plug it into the laptop. It's a pirated copy of the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze.
What? Okay, I need to see this film now. I love Ghost.
It's just so ridiculous.
It is. Oh, Whoop answered my question.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. The live-action Scooby-Doo just bothered me. Ends in just a real-life monster attacking people and Scrappy being, I don't know, whatever the hell he was in that movie. I like Scrappy-Doo, and I learned that this is not a popular opinion, but yeah, they definitely make fun of him in the movie. Every character was an over-the-top caricature, except for Shaggy, where A, his character is more over-the-top in general, true, and B, that movie actually added depth to his character. Other than that, I hated Fred and Daphne. Oh my god, I love Sarah Michelle Gellar. No. I love her so much. I mean,
Yeah.
It's your opinion, obviously, but like, I loved her. Velma was good. I thought Velma was good, yeah. Not the show. Please don't take me out of context. I'm talking about Velma in the live action. But it was pretty silly to me. Cast a very conventionally hot actress, throw glasses on her and say, oh my god, she's so nerdy and a loser. Get it out of here.
So you know that Castle referenced Firefly a lot, right?
I still need to watch The Castle. I do love Firefly, though.
Okay, you need to see that.
No, Whoopa, don't clip it. No, I hate Velma.
All right, look at this.
Hey, I was just trying on my helmet
He's literally wearing his Mal costume.
That's great.
costume.
What exactly are you supposed to be?
Space cowboy.
Okay, A, there are no cows in space. B, didn't you wear that like 5 years ago? So don't you think you should move on?
I like it. What are you doing up so late anyway?
I love the
Halloween
meta
homework, The
commentary
Pits and the
of this.
Pendulum, the original song.
The audio cues.
Have you
are
decided what
great.
you're going to dress up as this year? Perhaps Indira Gandhi.
And that's not like the only Firefly reference.
Oh, I see a reference to Turbo Man. Yes, Jingle All the Way is a great one.
Oh yes.
You've got me for like
here's-
another hour, by the way.
Oh, okay.
最学到客能开枪。
NYPD, stay where you are. Looks like we found our murder weapon.
Nice.
最学到客能开枪。
Go, go. Semester abroad?
Nah, TV show you still done.
That's great.
And there is even a one where it's like, oh, nice shooting. Sorry, I was aiming for the head. So like they make a ton of Firefly references in this show. It's really great.
I love that. That's great.
Cows in space. Yeah, Turbo, like Jingle All the Way. It gets really dark in times. Like, also, I have to say, Jingle All the Way proves, like Jake Lloyd. The reason Jake Lloyd sucks in episode 1 is not because of George Lucas's direction. It's because Jake Lloyd sucks as an actor.
I disagree with you completely.
He is terrible in Jingle All the Way. He's acting exactly like Anakin does.
No, it is peak in Jingle All the Way because that's how a kid would act if they were excited about an action figure. I completely like the thing I will say is for the prequels there was a better casting than Jake Lloyd for Little Annie, and they didn't go with him for some reason. And I think it's because Jake Lloyd had a little more of like, "Are you an angel?" kind of like quirkiness to him, and it felt a little more Jar Jar Binksy to me. But like I do like Jake Lloyd, and I feel really bad for him what's happened and everything.
Can you imagine an alternate universe where Michael Jackson actually played Jar Jar?
I don't want that. Sinbad, why you gotta go to federal prison for a toy?
I like how the third act of Jingle All the Way, it just becomes a superhero movie in like the third act, in the final sequence.
Jingle All the Way is a beloved film to us in this household, and we have a tradition every year we watch it for Christmas. Every year.
I like how it just has like a random cameo by the Big Show, like, "I'm gonna deck your halls, buddy."
So good. So freaking good.
Yeah, that Santa sequence was peak of the movie. And like I love, like, wait, what are you doing here? And he just like grabs a random badge and just like basically rolls a nat 20 on his deception check. Like, now get off your asses and arrest somebody.
Oh man. Yeah, it's such a good film.
It's fun and educational. Sorry, I've seen that. Like, I love like how horny Phil Hartman's character is. Oh, these cookies! Forget about the cookie.
Yes, I miss Phil Hartman. He's
Also, I don't know if you know, but like in 2.5 Men, there's actually a scene where they recreate that whole scene.
Oh, really?
Oh god, now I have to look that up.
I have watched some of 2.5 Men, but I fell off.
It's actually surprisingly funny.
It's one of those shows that was like on in the background for me, you know, but I never like paid much attention to.
All right. Trying to look it up right now on YouTube. Because basically it's like Jake's doing like a date and like they call him, they're at the diner. But yeah, like It's definitely like after Charlie Sheen left, it like the show just didn't work.
Did they fire him, or what was the deal with that?
Yeah, they fired him. Chuck Lorre got really petty with it. Yeah, yes, Johnny, you are actually pretty late. The stream ended, gosh, almost an hour ago.
There was some good stuff though.
Yeah. Like I'm just happy that Suikoden has a release date now. Like that makes me happy. I am buying that.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
I can't believe I was like three. Like I got 3 of them right.
It was like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah, that was insane. I will say though, if you're here, make sure to like the stream. You guys are commenting, so that's pretty heckin' awesome. But I will use this opportunity to feel. All right, we are entering the final stretch of Lost Kingdom. We are funded. We have seen it already. Actually, honestly, at this point, I'm kind of like frickin' mode. You want to just play it?
I'm down. I mean, look, I watched it literally the minute it dropped on YouTube.
As soon as I heard it, I watched it. And honestly, if I get a copyright ding, it's probably just I can just clip it out. It's fine.
Yeah, if you're down for
But
it.
anyway, so I will be doing a closeout stream this Sunday on my channel. So if you have not backed Lost Kingdom, please do so. But we are funded, so my novel is coming, and then Screecher 3 is coming in October. So the marketing for the pre-show for that starts as soon as this ends. So kind of all right. I had to do it at least one promo.
I love that I've sent you on such far film autism though that you couldn't even chill yourself properly. You're just like, yeah, I got my comic. All right, Lenuis, have you seen this film?
All right, so we're gonna attempt the
Are we doing the Sonic trailer? I'm in.
Yes, we are attempting the copyright gods.
I'm so in.
Sonic?
So they are definitely doing the Shadow story.
She's getting shot in the head. I'm just waiting for it.
I'm sorry, I just want like one shot of Shadow stepping forward with the moon with a gun.
Yeah. Oh, it has to happen.
Shadow That's probably like, I speculate the race is the beginning of the movie.
It, to me, is a Sonic Heroes reference. I'm gonna take that stretch.
They kind of did the Sonic Heroes reference in the second movie.
It is a Sonic Heroes reference to me. Can't convince me otherwise.
Can I just say, Tails in this helmet is like so adorable.
It's so goofy.
Evanescence playlist, so much.
That's true. I need my early 2000s Shadow. I need to listen to My Chemical Romance and Chug a Monster, or what was that, like Lizard Milk or whatever the Sobe. Yeah.
Oh god, core memory unlocked.
I love that stuff.
But I'm a Tails
with my
fan.
3D Doritos.
So out of all the Sonic characters, Tails is my favorite. He's always been my favorite.
Shadow's my favorite. Shadow, Knuckles, Sonic. Sticks.
I mean, I like
Sticks.
all the main ones, but Tails has always been my guy.
Rouge the Bat.
Also,
no food or in-flight movies. I'm out of here. They're literally doing the Sonic 2 jump.
Also, like, I love that Tails is the only one voiced by the actual voice actress. So
that is cool. Yeah.
Botnik.
I hate Fat Botnik, man.
From what I hear, that was like his one condition on coming back is that he actually got to wear the fat suit. He just did the Akira slide.
Yeah. Everyone is obsessed with that. It's the Akira slide. It looks so good with Shadow.
All right, I guess you haven't seen the cover for Screecher yet.
Geralt.
So the father. That's pretty hype.
Hey.
That was that trailer's so hype. I don't like Keanu's voice acting for Shadow though. I have to say it. I don't like it. Yeah, sure, it's a Keanu voice, and I like Keanu Reeves. I just it's not deep enough for me.
My thing is there better be a Cyberpunk 2077 reference because you have Johnny Silverhand and Solomon Reed in the same movie. Idris Elba
but-
was in the
yeah,
DLC.
I mean, I won't care for that, but I'm sure a lot of people like that.
Also, the fact that they referenced Keanu in the first movie, they got to address that somehow.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I'm excited
So-
for this film. Have you seen the poster for it? It looks really gorgeous.
We'll look that up in a second, but so here is the cover for Screecher 3.
Oh, yeah, that's the Akira slide. There you go. I have seen this
Yeah.
cover. I just forgot that was what that was.
Shout out to Irene. She did a great job on this. It looks amazing. I cannot wait for October to come. But
I'll send you the poster here. I posted it on Twitter, so
I can
I'll send
Sonic
it to you in private chat.
3. Yeah, I actually really like if the poster for Sonic 2.
I've always really loved Sonic graphic design in general. Like, even with the games, everything. I think Sonic is peak graphic design. And,
It's okay, Taladia. It was fun.
oh, yeah. I think you'll be fine. A lot of people are going to be reacting to this trailer. I don't think they're going to
Yeah, and if it is, I can just clip it out. It's no big deal.
And then also, Paramount's, like, literally put the first episode of Knuckles on YouTube, so...
Yeah. But I'm sorry, the peak like Sonic poster design was the Sonic 2 poster.
Like, for the movie?
Wait, I'm sorry, there you go. Where they recreated the cover for the game.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I need that poster on my wall.
No,
Like,
that
I
was
want
really
to buy
cool.
that poster and have it on there, because I love Sonic 2.
Sonic 2's, like, one of my favorite Sonic games as well.
I actually like, one of the few Sega games I have is Sonic 2 in the box, but that's not that big of a flex, but still. I love how they perfectly recreated it.
Yeah. But they
Like,
added
it
the
is just-
Knuckles shadow in there, because, well, the one that you're looking at is... Isn't it the live-action Knuckles that they put in there? Not the... Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. So cool. Sonic and Knuckles, great game, yeah.
Yeah, that Shadow, the Sonic, Knuckle, and Shadow thing is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that movie. That's probably going to be a day one watch for me.
So, what do you think they'll do a Shadow like TV series like they do with Knuckles?
I hope so. I really hope so. I love Shadow, and I think that they're better at doing the TV shows than the movies. I honestly don't like the Sonic movies that much. But I think
I
like
liked
the
them.
Knuckles show is really, really good.
Well, you know my opinion on the Knuckles show. I was kind of meh on it.
Well, a lot of Sonic fans are upset because they feel like, well, there was a lack of Sonic, but there's also just a lack of the IP in general. It's more of like a Paramount film, but I really liked just like the 80s buddy cop vibe to it. I thought
Well,
it was
my
a really
thing
good
is-
work of film.
It wasn't a Knuckles show. It was a Wade show. Knuckles was basically a supporting cast member in his own freaking show. Like,
That's how I
literally,
feel about the movies, though.
literally
except for
at the
Wade is way
climax.
more tolerable.
Literally, the climax of the movie is a bowling tournament, and Knuckles is at a bar. Knuckles, the name of the show, is literally sitting at a bar while the climax happens.
It started out strong. I will say it felt like they had to rush the ending a little bit. And yes, I did find that point weird. Your favorite person from Robin Hood, Men in Tights, actually annoyed the shit out of me in that show. He was so annoying. I was like, this
Have
is
you seen
literally
Twister yet?
No, I have not seen Twister yet. But literally, that like knocked it down a peg for me. Like, he's so annoying. He keeps doing like the Yugi boy thing for whatever his character does in the show. It's so annoying. I like the actor though. I watched Naked Gun and I was like, he's great in this. I just did not like him in Knuckles.
All right, I have to do this.
How long do you think it'll take to get fixed?
So is Robin Hood Men in Tights your favorite film of his?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, there's another hilarious.
Was Twister even considered good?
How dare he?
Money.
Yeah, Cary Elwes is the villain of this movie. Well, kind of.
He does a good villain. I just in the Knuckles show, it's just like they almost were making him annoying on purpose, and it was just grating to me.
To be fair, Cary Elwes plays those roles like the smarmy, kind of like two-faced bastard, but you kind of like him at the same time.
Yeah, he does a good job at that. I liked Wade. I think Wade is a better human character than the other characters in this like Sonic film series.
I like Cyclops. Cyclops' character, James something Marsden. John Marsden. No. Space Cyclops, the guy who played Cyclops.
Yeah.
I like him in the movies. Like, I think the road trip in the first movie between him and like that kind of worked. The wife, she's fine in like short doses. But like
I don't mind her, but I just don't.
That
like
whole wedding
humans in
sequence
general.
was stupid. The whole wedding sequence was stupid. I did like in the second movie they gave more like the whole section where it's like Sonic and Tails. Like, I'm sorry, the Russian dance off. I love that scene.
It's so cringe.
So good at the same time.
Oh my god. No, I hope that they go more to the film format. Give me a Shadow show. I will eat that up. Give me season 2 of Knuckles. I will eat that
Imagine
up.
like a Shadow prequel. It's all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm so in. I hope that they go more the TV route than the film route, honestly. I can't.
Yeah, think of miniseries. So that's just his backstory.
Yeah. No, I think that would work really well, honestly.
And even better. What if they use a miniseries, introduce Rouge the Bat? I'm sorry, that is one character I don't think they'll never do, just because.
I can see them doing Rouge the Bat, but I really thought it was going to be in the Knuckles show. I was surprised she didn't show up.
Yeah, Rouge is kind of more of a Knuckles antagonist.
Yeah, I consider her Knuckles. Yet. Haven't done who? Sorry.
Amy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can see them maybe doing Amy first in the movies as like a teaser, because Shadow would have been the like first teaser that made sense.
Here's what I thought the way the trilogy was going to go. I thought the third movie was we were going to get Metal Sonic. I thought what we're going to do is Robotnik was like, all right, I can't beat the Hedgehog, so I'm going to make my own Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And so you get kind of the Sonic CD storyline to a degree. And he uses like the quill and whatnot. But honestly, like Metal Sonic and Shadow, they both serve similar roles.
That's the thing, and people are more. I'm a Metal Sonic fan, but I think more people identify with Shadow, right?
Yeah, the people that identify with Shadow are more like the like. See, the thing you gotta realize is a lot of Sonic fans came in during the GameCube era.
Yeah, exactly. The 3D fans, so they're not really attuned.
Well,
to,
not just the 3D fans, but like Sega like basically reintroduced Sonic in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Not only did you get Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, you got Sonic, the Sonic Mega Collection Plus, which a lot of kids had that collection of the classic Sonic games. Like, that was really common. Like, I saw that collection everywhere. So like a lot of kids in the early 2000s were introduced to not just Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, but also the classic games.
That's true.
So like a lot of new Sonic fans came in during the GameCube era.
Have you played through Frontiers?
I haven't.
I haven't either, but I'm actually really liking Frontiers so far. To me, it's kind of like my Breath of the Wild. Like, I don't like Breath of the Wild, but if I were to like that kind of style in any universe, I think Sonic is the style. And it actually felt
like
really
Breath of the
good.
Wild.
I can't deal with Breath of the Wild, man. But I have to play Tears of the Kingdom now because apparently they reference Wind Waker. So now I have to.
See, my thing about Breath of the Wild is you can literally find the bones of the Windfish, because Link's Awakening was my first Zelda game. So, you know what they say, the best Zelda game is the one you play when you're 12. So
I think that is probably true for a lot of people. It's hard for me. I like A Link Between Worlds a lot, and I like Wind Waker a lot. I do love Ocarina. I just feel like it's just such an easy answer to say Ocarina.
I could never get into Ocarina. I've tried playing it several times. I always like my wall is Jabu Jabu's belly. Like that dungeon just breaks me.
You should play the 3DS version. It makes it way better.
Oh, I tried. Let's see here. Like I played Link to the Past Super Nintendo version. That was I played on the GBA. It's great. Link's Awakening is on this first one. Have you played the Oracle games?
A little bit. I didn't like go through all of them though.
Yeah, I played
They're
Oracle
okay.
Seasons. Yeah, I played Oracle Seasons. It was I had that as a kid. That was great. As far as the 3D ones, I think the first one I beat was actually Breath of the Wild.
Wow.
Uh,
So I'm curious, like, Breath of the Wild is enjoyable for you, but Ocarina isn't? Because I consider, like, Ocarina, like, when I was younger, right, and I played Ocarina of Time, I always felt like I wish this world was bigger. And then I played Breath of the Wild. We finally got that wish, and I was like, I was stupid. Why did I want this world to be bigger? I love how contained Ocarina of Time is. So I would think that a person that likes Breath of the Wild would also enjoy Ocarina of Time. It's a similar experience. It's just Ocarina
see,
is like
I'm one of those
concentrated.
people. The main criticism with Ocarina with Breath of the Wild is the weapon durability. I actually like the system
Interesting.
because with the weapon durability, it forces you to use a wide variety of weapons because you're constantly cycling out your weapons. You're constantly being forced to seek out new ones. There's some strategy to it. Like you kind of save your good weapons, and then you actually force to use like the shitty weapons. You know, like the because like they're more common and for the common enemy. So it's like you're constantly basically force you to use all the wide variety of weapons, and I really like that. See, that's the people who complain about it. They don't really understand that, in my opinion. They're like, oh, my favorite weapon broke.
Okay, let me put it this way. So, I'm not against weapon durability in every game. Fire Emblem, I actually got into this conversation recently because someone else was saying I hate weapon durability. In Fire Emblem, I love weapon durability because it's a turn-based game and a lot of your strategy goes around, okay, I've got, like, you get the most powerful weapons in Fire Emblem pretty much right away, especially with, like, Fire Emblem 7. You get Lynn's best weapon in, like, the 3rd chapter. So it's like, if there was no durability to it, there's no sort of scale here or strategy. So I think it works well in Fire Emblem because of the strategy involved. And the fact that it's turn-based, it doesn't really affect you the same way. But Breath of the Wild, you're in the middle of a dungeon and your sword breaks. I can't deal with that. Like that.
I mean, there's
there's
plenty of weapons around. There's plenty of other weapons around though. That's.
But like, you're doing a boss fight and you have to work around the fact that your weapon will break on you. I think that's like not good game design. If you're doing like a turn-based game, I think, limited use is fine because
my counter argument to that is you're kind of supposed to be prepared for the boss fights. Like I remember in Breath of the Wild, there's the one guardian that has the electricity attacks. And I was having trouble with him. So what I did is I grinded out the armor that reduces the electricity damage. Basically the rubber suit kind of thing. And then I think there might be some potions or whatever, some elixirs you can drink that or don't use metal weapons. Like there's a strategy to the games that actually.
Here's the core question. Is the Master Sword durable, or does it have weapon durability, or is it permanent?
Basically the way the Master Sword works is it's kind of like a battery. It's effective for a little while, but after a certain point, it has to like go back to its pedestal to recharge. And once it's recharged, you can use it again.
Awful. That is terrible.
It's a balancing mechanic because
but it's like
the Master Sword is literally one of the most powerful weapons in the game, and if you just had it, it would break the game.
Right, but like it's Zelda. Like you should, like, people don't want to walk around in a Zelda game swinging a stick. They want to swing the Master Sword. That was part of the power fantasy in Ocarina and a lot of these other games, was having the Master Sword and the shield. It's a great feeling. And you're going to have Link looking aesthetically stupid, and you're going to, like, then make it so the Master Sword doesn't do what the Master Sword
I mean,
does.
you're talking about clothing, like, you don't have to have them make it, like I said, like, you can dye the armor first and
No, I'm
foremost, and you
saying
can mix
it's
and match.
like everything is part of the aesthetic, including the weapon. You have Link walking around with essentially a Deku stick at some points. Like, that's crazy to me. Like,
I mean, not always.
The Master Sword is like the iconic weapon for
Yeah.
Zelda. Like, I can't imagine ever enjoying a game, and I don't enjoy Breath of the Wild, where you can't use the Master Sword the entire time, which is iconic to the series.
Well,
That's
here's
crazy to
the
me.
difference. The difference in philosophy, where most Zelda games, the Master Sword is like the only sword you use. With this one, they have a wide variety of weapons, like halberds, swords, boomerangs. What you want is to use only the Master Sword all the time, which essentially is an entirely different game than what Breath of the Wild is. So you're basically asking for a completely different game than what Breath of the Wild is.
I'm
is
asking
trying
for
to
a
be.
Zelda game, though. Like, Breath of the Wild is not really that much of a Zelda game, in my opinion. It's more of like a Skyrim type game, and that's fine. But, like, for a lot of us classic Zelda fans, we don't really enjoy the direction it's going with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And the biggest fear is that they're going to keep doing that and not giving us the old school Zeldas that, like, is the reason why all of us play these games to begin with. The Breath of the Wild fans are more new wave fans, and that's fine. There are some classic fans, but a lot of us desire the very classic style.
To be fair,
of Zelda.
once every generation comes a Zelda game that defines a generation. So you had Zelda 1, you had A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and then Breath of the Wild. Okay. The same, like, do you think the same arguments were happening in the 90s when Ocarina of Time came out? And the 2D people and the 3D people were literally having the same argument we're having now. When, like,
I'm sure
all the
the
new
argument
fans came in from Ocarina of Time.
I'm sure the argument existed, but I think in the test of time, Breath of the Wild is not going to be looked on as fondly as A Link to the Past or Ocarina of Time. I think
I
those are always
disagree.
going to be the ones.
I mean, I like Ocarina of Time is iconic. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you there, but we kind of need to jettison our own kind of biases here a little bit. Like, I had this debate with all the retro gaming people.
What is the bias? I think Ocarina of Time is overrated, actually. So I don't really have the bias. In fact, I've been on record poking fun at somebody while I was drunk, saying that, oh, Ocarina of Time is your favorite Zelda, really, as a joke. But, like, the point is that I love Ocarina, but also I do think it is very overrated, and I think people hold it too highly, and it's not a perfect game. So
basically saying Ocarina of Time is your favorite Zelda game is like saying Final Fantasy VII is your favorite RPG.
I agree.
It is a basic white girl opinion. Let's put it that way.
I don't know if I consider it a basic white girl opinion. I just think it's a very safe opinion to have, and it's a very legitimate opinion. There's a reason why so many people like Ocarina of Time. It's not that that's a wrong opinion to have, right? It's just that I believe it's a little overrated, and I think a lot of people that are newer to gaming are going to look at that and be like, really, that's the game that everyone, like, fell in love with? But it is really good, especially for the time.
I think Ocarina of Time, while a little bit janky now, still largely holds up. I think, like, an average person can go and play Ocarina of Time and have a decent, like, it's a little rough around the edges. It has showed its age. But by the way, if you want to know a Zelda game that has aged like fine wine, Link to the Past Super Nintendo. That game is just as good as when it came out. Like the graphics still look amazing. The gameplay, tight. Motherfucking, it is tight. It is a great game. Like, Link to the Past Super Nintendo is, if you're gonna say a perfect Zelda game, that'd be it.
A Link to the Past is a pretty much perfect Zelda game. You know that I'm biased, and I love Wind Waker, and I'm not even really bringing Wind Waker into this conversation. I love it, and I know that that's like a black sheep in the series.
Well, Wind Waker had the last laugh, because when Wind Waker came
really
out,
well.
especially compared to Twilight Princess, because remember when, like, I don't know if you remember the hype that Twilight Princess had.
Well,
And
because they released that stupid trailer before Wind Waker, and everyone thought that Wind Waker was going to look like that, and then Twilight Princess ended up looking more like that. That's what people wanted.
well, Twilight Princess was the apology, and it was really popular at the time.
It was a great apology.
And it's still a good game, but like the graphics have not aged that well.
Well, Twilight Princess, I would say, is like closer to what Ocarina looks like. So I think people still appreciate that style. For me, I know a lot of people don't like the cell shading look or whatever. Yeah, I would agree with
Well,
that.
Twilight Princess is an evolution of Ocarina. It is very much an evolution. It is mechanically similar, but also like the do 3 dungeons and then the real game begins formula, which all goes all the way back to Link to the Past. Like it's very, very similar. Like, and it deliberately calls back to Ocarina of Time. I think it even takes place 100 years after Ocarina, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. No,
But the thing is, Wind Waker, even the GameCube version, still looks good.
Oh, it's
but
fantastic.
They just had all Nintendo had to do was put some fancy lighting and bloom on it, and it looks brand new.
The Wii U version is like the way to play. Like it looks so freaking good.
I want to see what it looks like on the Switch or Switch 2. Like, can you imagine?
I want them, if they bring Wind Waker to the Switch 2, to fix they fix some of the issues with there's like a mission where you have to collect Triforce pieces. They did make it a bit easier in the Wii U version.
And I think they added the Swift Sail in the Wii U
version.
version.
The Swift Sail was needed, so they need to keep all those Wii U changes, and I think they just need to tighten up the middle experience a bit more. And the whole thing with Wind Waker is the development wasn't long enough. They didn't have enough time to build the game they wanted, and people were
let me ask you
working.
This though. In the Wii U version, did they add twin stick support for camera control?
I don't think so.
Because that's my problem with a lot of like the GameCube is they don't have twin stick camera control, and it bugs the crap out of me. Like that's a problem with like returning to a lot of older games.
Why do you need twin stick camera control for that game?
Zelda is a game that needs like more modern camera controls.
I mean, you have Z targeting and all this stuff. I think I've never fought the camera that hard in Zelda.
Like the standard move your character, move the camera kind of stuff.
I guess. I don't know. It's never affected.
It's clunky. It's really clunky. And it's just in those kind of games, you need to be able to look around. Because like enemies can
I agree, you need to look around, yeah. I don't know, I've just never had that issue because Z always reorients you, so I've always been fine. Just
that was a workaround for not having twin sticks in the N64 era. That's all the reason it was there. Without Z targeting, that game would not have worked on the N64.
Well, I mean, Z targeting is kind of a staple of those games, anyways. So, but I was saying with Wind Waker, the development team didn't have enough time to do some stuff, and there were people working overtime just sneaking in features just to get them in there. So if they put it on the Switch too, I would love to see them actually like finish all of that out. Then I'd be happy with the wait. So one day maybe, but no, I mean, I get why people like Breath of the Wild. It's not for me. I understand. Maybe I'm not a new wave Zelda fan, whatever. But I think those games are pretty soulless in my opinion. Like I don't think that there's a lot of charm to them.
My problem with Breath of the Wild is lack of dungeons. Like the Guardian Beasts, I found them to be perfectly engaging, but there's only 4 of them. Like the game without the bullshit is actually a very short game. You could literally just like walk right up to Ganon and face it.
You can speed run the game if you want to, yeah. Which I'm also not a fan of, by the way. Narratively, that's just kind of wrecks what Zelda's about too.
Yeah.
It's a journey. It's not like the world's your oyster now. Just go beat Ganon in 5 seconds and call it a day. Like, that's not what Zelda's about at all. It's about a journey and exploring and understanding the world slowly, meeting charming characters. Like, what I love, and I'm just using Ocarina because it's the easy example, but like, the entirety of Ocarina of Time, you're slowly getting story plot points introduced to you, and you don't really understand what's going on the deeper you get into it. And then there's that point where you pull out the sword, and people don't, it's like the whole like Harry Potter spoilers and all that stuff, like things that people are used to at this point. Pulling the Master Sword and seeing everyone zombied is like a crazy revelation. That was chilling back in the day.
I mean,
And
it's,
you don't
it's
get
more
that
to
with
it than
Breath of the
that.
Wild.
It's a revelation that, like, 7 years are going to pass. Oh, Ganon's like, oh, here's my time. And then you come out and everything's ruined.
Exactly, but Breath of the Wild doesn't have that moment from what I've played of it. I don't feel like it has that moment of like, whoa, what just happened to the world? Or there's no really dramatic effect besides
it's kinda
Zelda
when
being
you-
captured and then Zelda being like, this is our last hope or something. And it's like, okay.
It's
but
more of a slow burn realization because, like, you come across, like, ruined locations that you know, like the Temple of Time. You know, you see the ruined Temple of Time. Like, and there's other places. Like, you can go to Lon Lon Ranch, and you, like, you see it. There's
it's
Castle
nostalgia
Town.
bait. Breath of the Wild does it in a nostalgia bait style.
I don't
The
know.
other
It's
games, they show
Breath
you
of
these
Wild
landmarks.
is self-discovery. Breath of Wild is self-discovery. Like, imagine you just like walk around, like, wait, is that the bridge from Twilight Princess? Or like, holy crap, that's the Windfish, and because like it takes place like, and there's a certain melancholy to it. Like, for example, finding the Windfish. The Windfish is literally a god, and and to have this thing like a god that created a whole world in its dreams, and now it's like 10,000 years later, and it's just a pile of bones that like its sole purpose if you're to take a picture of. It's kind of meant for you to like see it, take it in. It's more of an introspective experience. I'm just saying from my perspective anyway, and like the passage of time, obviously, like and yes, some of the stuff it can be nostalgia bait, but also it's like just like for example, Lon Lon Ranch. You're walking around and you see, like, you recognize, like, oh, here's the horse track, like, and all that stuff, and it's just all decayed and decrepit. It's like, you know, it's like you're urban exploring almost.
Right.
You know, like you see those videos where you're urban exploring, like an old area, or like you see pictures of stuff like, hey, this is what this area looked like when it was new and people were walking around, everything's clean. Flash forward 50 years later, and it's like, oh, I recognize this place. It's run down, but I recognize like certain melancholy when you're walking amongst this area that used to be like lively, used to be full of life, and you see the places and it's empty, and it's like the liminal. I guess the modern term is like liminal space, or like liminal feeling, and it's like Twilight Princess, the Snowcap Manor. You know, like that dungeon where it's like a whole freaking mansion, but there's also that kind of liminality to it because it's like a former lived-in space.
See,
you know,
it's so interesting how you're saying this because I feel like Wind Waker did it much better. There are landmarks that you see, and it's all tied to the story very directly, but it still has its own twist on it that feels like it's true to that world. It doesn't feel like, do you remember this area? It's more like, oh, Dragon Roost has taken over, and this used to be a whole different type of species, or like under the water, you've got Hyrule. And
to
like,
me,
that's
nostalgia bait. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I can see what you're saying, but I just feel like every other Zelda before it has incorporated it properly into the story and made it feel like there's like a certain gravity towards it, like Majora's Mask with like Lon Lon Ranch stuff. You know what I mean? It's like,
well,
Breath of the
my
Wild
thing
to me
is
is just very much like, oh hey, look, there's that thing from that Zelda game that I like. Here's that thing
well,
from that Zelda
in
game.
my
that I like.
opinion,
It's like,
nostalgia bait is something that is like forced upon you, where it's like they shove it in your face. Like the Lon Lon Ranch, you could play the game for 200 hours and never even know Lon Lon Ranch exists in the game. That's the thing. Like, obviously, the Temple of Time, you're gonna go there. That's guaranteed. But a lot of this, like, you can play the game for 500 hours and not know a lot of this stuff exists. So like you either stumble upon it or you hear like, oh hey, did you know that you can go to Lon Lon Ranch, or you know, the ruins of Castle Town, or the bridge from Twilight Princess, you know, kind of thing. And then you hear it, and they're like, "Oh, I want to go there," and then you go there. So like, it's so because it's not being forced upon you, I'm a little bit more, I guess, forgiving of it, because if this was like forced nostalgia bait, they would do a better job of like putting it in your attention. The fact that you can play the game for hundreds of hours and not know a lot of this stuff exists is pretty important to me.
Yeah, I guess it's a choose your own adventure Zelda. It's really just, to me, kind of kills what Zelda is, but people like their new style. I think it fits in more with the younger generation, as they say.
The whole open world. It's basically
Yeah.
Nintendo doing an Elder Scrolls game, honestly.
I would just rather play something like The Witcher instead of Breath of the Wild. It's like, why? I don't know.
Yeah.
I got about 10 to 15 minutes, and then
let's wrap this up. So Melee, where can people find you, and what do you got going on?
Well, I am Melee K, one half of Melee Games. There's also Melee James that I stream with, and we do a bunch of stuff together. Talk games, play games, all that kind of fun stuff. Coming up, tonight in our Discord, we're going to be watching the Dead or Alive movie. I'm super excited about that.
Oh God,
I love that movie.
one.
I
Kelly
love that
Preston.
movie so much. It's so good.
I love how they even included a volleyball scene. It's like, yes, we know why you're here.
It's the most accurate movie game film ever. On Thursday, I've got the Melee Madness podcast where I guess we have conversations similar to this, really. We just talk about video games and news, and we do a little segment where we talk about something random in gaming. But the big thing and the reason why I'm not going to be here on Friday is because on Monday, September 2nd at 2:30 p.m. PST, I am doing Nintendo World Championships Melee Edition on our channel.
Ooh.
And what we're doing is James and I have gathered a bunch of our friends that are local.
All right, keep talking.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to bring them in, and we're going to be playing World Championships and getting them to compete to see who the winner is and who is the best at it. So we got a bunch of friends coming over. It's going to be a really good time. We've pulled out all the stops possible, and I just think it's going to be a lot of fun in general. I love the World Championship vibe and everything it's about. So super excited for that. But that is why I won't be here on Friday, is because I'm busy prepping for that all weekend. But also, we talked about Sonic a lot today. Next month on our channel, it's going to be all Sonic themed. So we're going to be doing some Sonic fun stuff over on Melee Games. And as you guys know, I love Sonic. So I have made
Sonic September?
It's Super Sonic September over at Melee Games. And I
made
it's
got to be Super Sonic.
Of course. And I made an intro with Sonic footage. I know
someone let her into the editing bay.
I know that Sonic can be considered a meme, and I get all of that, trust me. I know that the community can be a little cringe at times with Sonic, but I have gone out of my way to find the cool parts of Sonic and make that an intro. So I don't care if you guys laugh at the intro at the end of the day. That's fine. I get it. Sonic
Will
is
there
funny.
be chili dogs?
I did not put chili dogs in there. I tried to take the best footage possible that I could think of and put it into a Sonic intro. I think it might turn some people to understand that Sonic can be cool at times. That is my goal. So yeah, that's what I'm up to.
Will you be going fast?
Of course.
Yeah, you got to go fast.
Exactly.
All right. So as for me, later tonight at 7 p.m., I'll be streaming some Pokemon Silver. We're getting close to wrapping up that game, moving on to the next one. Pretty sweet. This Friday, we have the Friday Night Frenzy. We're watching Hook. Saturday, we will be starting a new game, modded Skyrim. Oh, I'm going for a cursed playthrough. I've downloaded all the cringiest mods. Like, for example, I turned the moon into the Death Star.
That sounds kind of fun. I like it.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. So thank you everyone for joining us. I really appreciate you guys. This kind of turned into just a talk with Melee Games podcast. I don't mind, but thank you everyone. It is always fun to have you destroy everything I love. So thank you, and remember, I can only show you the door. You're the one who has to walk through it.